at the beginning of the latest chapter to not only thank you for sticking with us while there's been a bit of a content drought. We had a bereavement in the family and some health stuff came up. So it is a bit up and down in terms of content, but we are trying to get back on track. So if you're not here for the Nightmare Detectives, but you still watched anyway, thank you so much. There will be more coming, I promise you. I just wanted to let you know if you came here because the algorithm recommended you, or because the Dark Somnium did a share, or you just checked out some of my more recent work that's gone up on the channel, please don't start here. There is a playlist in the description, and it's linked on the side. This is the 15th chapter, so this is not a good place to start. But I promise you, if you do kick off, you're going to love it. Secondly, we will be having a Discord starting very soon. We're just working out a few bits and bobs. It's going to be a place where you can share theories on Dusklight Radio, on the Nightmare Detectives fan art. We'll be doing some live readings at some point, some Q&As. If you're a Patreon member, we'll probably do some Q&As over Christmas as well. And a good place for the community to cultivate. We've got a few ideas, and I'll keep you posted. And last but not least, there is some official Nightmare Detectives art going up shortly. I don't know an exact timeline at the moment, but we've commissioned it. We're just waiting on it, so you'll have actual character portraits individually and a group shot, and there might even be some new Dusklight Radio stuff going up as well. So we'll see. Everett may be getting a little bit of a facelift. But that's it from me. I just want to say thank you so much for sticking with us. For 5,500 subscribers, it's absolutely insane. Over 60,000 listens on the Nightmare Detectives now, which means more to me than you'll ever know. As always, a huge shout out and thank you to the people who support this. I will have your Patreon thanks at the end of the video. And of course, there is no Nightmare Detectives without the crew behind it. So that's Flebs, being played by Joel. That is Jericho, being played by Trevin. Callista, being played by SpiritVoices, aka Luce. That is Margot, being played by Amy. And of course, that's Jimmy, being played by Chewy. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week, and an even better weekend. And now, let's go straight over to Chapter 15. That's Kappa. We pick up where we left off just a few days ago, although it's only been about 30 seconds in game time. The last thing the gang saw, in particular what Jimmy saw, amidst all the violence, was the sense that this was done by familiar hands. And I say familiar, I don't mean it's someone you perhaps know on really good terms, but you recognize when your kind has done something. And at the same time, Jericho, with your vision, you were able to detect with a pretty high degree of certainty that this was done by a Sasquatch. And as I established before, this is all happening in the first 30 to 60 seconds of you going into that room. So I want to pick up first with Jimmy. And Flebs, we're going to come to you in a minute, as you're sort of now waking up and coming round, but you aren't. I'm going to say that you probably aren't with the gang at the moment, but we'll figure that out. So Jimmy,
yeah,
what are you feeling at the moment?
Jimmy is feeling kind of, I don't know, maybe not overwhelmed's not the right word, but Jimmy is, he thought was by himself for a long time now.
Yes.
So, he's one part angry that there's another one out there that, he didn't know about. And, well, I guess probably two parts angry too, because now there's a sad, and Jimmy doesn't like that.
So the potential feeling is more of a threat then. You're not happy about this, you're on guard.
No. Yeah, I'm not happy about this at all. No, I'm
Okay.
not happy at all.
Do you want to do anything at this moment in time, or do you want to just process it before we come back to you?
Can I was gonna give I was going to ask before Jericho decided to use the third eye. I was going to ask if I could read a bad situation when we walk through the door.
Yes, you absolutely can. Yeah. Our first roll of the evening, and it comes very quickly. Normally, I waffle. Now, remember, gang, if you have any advantages from, like, 2-3 sessions ago, please let me know in advance when you're note-taking. Okay, Jimmy.
Yeah, no.
I
don't.
An 8. No, that's fine. You got an 8. So, I believe that gives you 1 hold. Let's get the questions up.
Yes, it's 1 hold.
Okay. And are you going for the set of questions or a flexible alternative?
I'm going for the set of questions here, off the set of questions here on the list.
Go ahead.
I would like to ask, what is the biggest threat?
The biggest threat is... I suppose that's a bit of a broad question, but you've done this enough times now to know that the biggest threat isn't what killed this poor person. It is what brought it here. It's not the puppet, it's the puppet master. Because something has unleashed this thing. You know well enough that when a creature like a Sasquatch kills in this manner, it is mindless. And Sasquatches are far from mindless creatures. If anything, we've established them to be very gentle, very forthright, very conscientious creatures. So for something to tear a human being like this, to rip it in half and spread it all over this small room, that's a message. And it is one being delivered by someone else. This creature, if it is a Sasquatch, Jimmy, it's the pen. It's not the person holding the pen.
Okay, thank you.
Jericho, we'll go to you next because you had the third eye.
Awesome. Now what?
Brother, that is up to you. You've done the third eye. You saw what's happening. There is a crime scene in front of you. It depends on whether you want to follow the third eye, whether you want to investigate further. But like I said, I'm going to handhold less and less as the game goes on. I want you to really utilize the tools in front of you. And remember, like I said, this is the first mystery. Flebs, you weren't here for this, but this is the first mystery where you can fail. The story will carry on, but you can completely fail this. There is an actual clock this time because we've done a huge anime shonen style climbing the tower. This one, it is obviously based on the campus, but there is a clock in the background, and I am keeping very close track of it. So very similar to how we did with Mantis Bay.
Off of seeing the Sasquatch fleet, can I investigate mystery? I want to discern, was it called away after after turning the person in half? Was it, or was it just kind of like out of fear fleeing the scene?
Okay, yeah, I think that's a very smart decision. If you're doing that, I'm gonna say that the other players, Flebs excluded for a minute, but like Margot and Callista, they will only be able to investigate the body and the environment. They will not be able to investigate the Sasquatch, because only you two see that. Is that fair?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay,
cool with
so yeah,
Only
roll investigate mystery.
Jericho and Jimmy.
Yeah, so Jericho and Jimmy are the only two that can investigate the Sasquatch.
Oh, okay.
Flebs, we're gonna catch up with you in about 5 minutes, and I'll resolve where you are and what you're doing. And Callista and Margot, you can investigate the room, and Flebs, if we get you there, you can investigate the room too.
Okay.
But yeah, let's do the roll. Are you doing flexible alternative, Jericho, or are you doing from the set of questions?
I was actually reading through them now. I think does it have to be flexible?
It doesn't have to be, no. But on a flexible, just for our listeners, if you miss, you can ask me a general question. I can answer it however I want. But regardless of whether I'm truthful or not, something bad will happen. On a 7 to 9, you can ask me a general question. Based on how you're investigating, I can tell you honestly and with reasonable detail what you discover. but you're early on, so I can be very flippant with that. I can be very honest. And on a 10, you get to ask me 2 general questions and one specific question. Based on how you're investigating, I'll tell you honestly and with good detail. So there's a bit more risk and reward with that. Whereas if you're investigating, you know, a general mystery, then on a 7 to 9, you hold 1. On a 10 plus, you hold 2.
I think I'll go for the flexible alternative.
All right. Let's take that risk, baby. Oh, a 13.
Let's
wow.
go.
Yes,
All right,
let's
so-
go.
Jericho solved it.
Yeah, you solved my mystery. Do you
It
want...
was Chewy the whole time.
It's alternative universe Jimmy. It's Yimage. And that's
True.
yeah.
Why not just go with Timmy?
I don't know. I like Yimage more because it's all, you know, it's like
Yeah,
yeah.
it's Yimmy. You didn't know
Okay.
it's Yimmy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want one specific or 2 general?
2 general, and
All right.
the first general question would be, okay, why did it leave?
It left because it was recalled. So, to give you a little bit more on that, to be fair to you, with a 13, when you look at the shape of this thing, it's like watching an after image. I don't know of a video game you might have played, but like Ghost of Tsushima has a little feature where you can use a spectral vision and you can watch a ghost in like doing its previous steps. It's like watching an apparition walk through a script. That's what you're seeing. But as you hone in on this creature, you can see that its brain, or where its brain is pulsating with light, and it's like a magical anchor is attached to it, and it is recalling it somewhere. You are not able to see how far that goes, so you have no idea where the anchor is taking it to, but you know it's being recalled like a drone going back to the hive. That is why it left.
Okay, awesome. And for the second kind of general question, this is kind of with Jericho reading the room, and more specifically, kind of gauging if he knows at this point Jimmy's reaction. Does it look like Jimmy knows, or the other Sasquatch like looks familiar to Jimmy?
I don't think you can ask that. I don't think I can give you
Understandable.
lore on another character's reaction. You're investigating the mystery itself. If I was to give you Jimmy's reactions, I'm playing God with how Jimmy would be feeling, and I don't particularly want to do that because it's up to Jimmy as you know, if he would share that. What you can do is ask him, you know, after this. But I would say for the role you got, your general would probably be better served on the actual like what you have in front of you, because you can ask Jimmy anytime.
100%. It was more along the lines of Jericho kind of knows very little about Sasquatches, like in the sense of like if it was like a physical thing, like do they look like physically from like the same tribe, or is there only like one?
No, well, no, you're only seeing a spectral outline. You aren't able to make out anything physical, because this is the third eye gives you the sensations of like it's like an apparition. So there's no, you know, you can't see hair color or skin tones. You know, you can make out rough height, weight, and the gait of the creature, but that's about it. That's why, you know, I said you think it's a Sasquatch. I'm not even trying to be facetious. You just don't know.
No, okay, I get that. That's all that makes a lot of sense. Then I guess Jericho's second question would be, why was it it just killed like a person working here? Why was it like allowed to leave the room like so easily?
Well, there was no one to stop it. It was from what you can tell, there was one witness who is cowering on the other side of the room, now being looked after by other staff. There is this poor individual, and that's it. And they went through the back part of the sector, and they've gone deeper into the building. They could have also jumped out the window, smashed the dome, but again, these are all things that are what ifs. But what you do know is that you walked in through the entrance. It did not leave through the entrance. It went further into the facility. So I suppose the reason it was allowed to leave is there was 2 people there. One of them was ripped in half like you were breaking bread. and I imagine the other one was like, I don't want to deal with that. But the question on a 13, I'll give you this. Perhaps that is an important question. Why didn't it kill the other one?
Thank you. That's
No problem. Okay, let's go over to Callista. So you didn't have a good roll at the end of our session last time.
No, Callista's still not happy with all the attention she's receiving, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So she's a little bit overwhelmed with that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. The reason why I rolled is because I was going to ask a question. Now I don't remember which one I was going to ask. But, I think, just like posing this question to everybody else who's currently in this room right now, like, should we talk to the other people that are in here? Because, like TJ, who else is in here? There's a witness and other staff members.
Yeah. So there is. I don't remember if I'm just checking over your notes, and shout out to Lucy for the note recaps we get, because TJ's improv brain is garbage. So I forget everything from session to session. I didn't even remember the gender of the victim, and now I do. So you are the MVP. And I think I speak for everyone in here and the listeners at home. We appreciate you very much. So I'm going to give you an extra roll in a minute, just as appreciation. So let's just quickly do a real quick recap. So Margot investigated the woman on the floor. Her eyes are covered with 2 coins, almost like a ritual, and there is a phrase left on a note beside her, which is in Latin was "We will reunite soon." Another clue. The people in the room, I believe I said when you walked in that there were quite a few people that were like in there. They were kind of like staring at her. I don't think there were that many, but I think there were just extra staff members. So I would say there's probably there's the other witness in the corner, about 20 feet away from you. So like this room is structured in a way where like you go through the entrance, it's a square room, like a waiting room in a dentist's office. You got the reception area, you've got a little terminal in the back, and then you've got a side room on the left, and it's like a tunnel, like it goes down to the back, and then it zigzags over to the right, and you follow that down, and that goes off-site. And where this lady is, the one that's been killed, is in front of you by that desk. And the other witness is in the corner being looked after by a staff member. And I'd say there's 2, maybe 3 researchers who are around the body who immediately give their attention to you, Callista. So 3 researchers, and then the witness, and the witness is being assisted.
Okay. Yeah, so there's not a ton of people in here.
No, it's not a very big room,
okay.
and I think they knew you were coming.
That's fine. Okay. I think I will... Can I roll another investigative mystery?
Yeah, so Muldoon sees that you're really rattled. And he doesn't like that. And he kind of like gets close to you and says, Hey, Big Bird, you gotta calm down. Listen, I know it's not your first dead body, but I have a technique when I used to deal with the grizzly stuff. You mind if I share it with you?
Go ahead.
Okay, so I need you to close your eyes and give me your hands. And what I need you to do is picture a happy place. You picture one from the past, you picture one in the present, and you picture one in the future, and you look at them like rooms, okay? Now, you don't need to tell me these, but your past, I'm assuming that's the one you told us about, the one with your beloved, right?
Right.
And the one in the present, maybe that's with your friends?
Yes.
And the one in the future, and this is what I want you to do. Breathe in through your nose, hold it 2 seconds out through the mouth. When I'm explaining this to you, think about the future you want to have. And what I want is for you to come to mine and Mrs. Muldoon's at Christmas. You spend a little bit of time with us, have a time-honored tradition. You get Metch and jammies, naughty and nice, and we make you strombolis. You have a good time. And, season's coming up, and, I thought there'd be a better time to bring this up. My wife, she's always on me. God, bring Callie over. When you gonna see Callie again? So, we're gonna do this now. But I don't want you to be alone on the happiest season of the year, when Santa rises from his grave and goes down and delivers presents. So, think about that. You take a deep breath in, and you say, "Not today, motherfucker. Not today."
I'm gonna die. Okay, okay. Callista, looks at him in surprise for a couple seconds, like she clearly was not at all expecting any of that. But after a second, her wings kind of relax slightly, and she closes her eyes, and she does take a deep breath. And, she whispers under her breath. She's like, "Not today, motherfucker."
All right, take a +1 on your roll.
Okay.
Okay.
Sick.
All right. So you
Yes.
try.
So inspirational.
Well, here's what happens. You try, and one of the researchers shoves Muldoon out of the way, and is like,
"Oh, Gary, you're getting in the way again. Excuse me, miss. My name is Researcher Higgins, and I just can't help but realize that you're one of the biblical fallen. This is confirming all my Judeo-Christian beliefs, and I need to know if you if you're looking forward to the day of the racial purifying that this world most desperately needs."
and he's staring at you with like these buck teeth and big spots, and is breathing, and it is so uncomfortable to you. You headbutt him out of instinct like a bird, and Muldoon takes you out. You literally have to leave the room to take a breather, as you hit this fucking creeper and break his nose.
Yes. Like yeah, the second he pushed Muldoon away, her wings like snapped back out, and she just like briefly lost it. Yes.
And as he's on the ground, he just goes, "So much for the tolerant left," and passes out.
Jimmy's gonna walk over and help this guy up. I'm gonna palm his face and lift him up and ask him if it was worth it.
You can roll for that, because I don't know what he's gonna say. That was all right.
I'm gonna
Roll charm, I guess. Man, I can't wait until Twitter sees this one. 9. He I don't know whether that's a good answer. I suppose he'd probably just give you a, yeah, you're a bigger, stronger man, so he'd submit like the bitch he is. So he'd be like,
I'm just saying, yeah, because Chewy or Jimmy was doing this angrily.
oh yeah.
He wasn't being very nice, he just reached down and snatched old boy up by his face.
Yeah. But remember,
And,
Jimmy, remember what
I
he
know
talks
he's
about.
only human.
You can't
He's
commit
only
murder.
human.
You can't commit murder.
He's only.
Even if he's a racist, you can't kill a racist. All right,
I was being gentle.
So he kind of looks at her and says,
No, it was not worth it. I didn't get any info, but at least I got an answer. I need to do some more research.
I so bad just want to fling him across the room, but I'll end up killing this poor bastard. So I'm just gonna set him down and walk away.
He dusts his lapel, and one of his colleagues just looks at him and is just like, "For God's sake, Higgins, grow up." And the guy shuffles away. I was not prepared to write a minor racist incel character, but sometimes life just springs things on you.
Sorry, actually, no, excuse me. He walks away, and then he stumbles, and he drops, and he goes, oh, I dropped my Jordan Peterson book. God damn it. And then,
sometimes in every Monster of the Week game, you need a racist scientist to get headbutted by an angel.
He picks it back up, he's like, well, some people think he's cool. He's got some good points. And then he just leaves. Listen, you're not a bad person if you like him. I have questions. All right, anyway. Yeah, he shuffles out the room, and Callista, you have been excused from the room. Gary is taking you out, so we'll leave you out of the room for a minute.
Yeah.
Let's go over to
That's fine. I need to go get my food anyway.
Let's go over to Flebs real quick. Cool. So Flebs, you have spent the last sort of I'd say few hours just like snoozing, napping. You'll wake up, you'll go for the walk, you went into the facility, and then you fell asleep again. And I'm actually going to keep it simple. I don't have a huge story beat for you this time, and I think that's because I think Flebs is just very tired. And I think that is very understandable. And I think that since you got the news that you on the computer, I think you've become more guarded, and I think Julia has noticed that and has been snuggling up to you, a lot more,
yeah.
and kind of being.
She does notice when I'm upset.
Oh well, animals always know that sort of thing. What would Flebs do to What would he do to soothe himself? Is there anything he would drink or listen to or watch? Does he have anything that would kind of chill him out?
Play computer games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's probably been on WoW. He's probably been leveling up quite a bit. Probably just some mythic keys. I kind of feel like Flebs would be a StarCraft 2 player.
I do play that.
I love that game. I feel like Flebs would be a Zerg main because I feel like he's there you go. I know you so well.
Nice.
Yes, he's such a chaotic entity, and I love the Zerg. I feel like he repeatedly gets messages from people going "You're just cheating." He's just like, if it's a strat, it's not cheating. Overwhelming is a strat. Get good. So I think he's been on sequestering himself, and I think that the night before you were all due to meet, I think perhaps intentionally he went on a binge with his gaming, and so he's been recuperating in the security office, where Cabbage has been sitting and chilling. Cabbage is Muldoon's assistant. He's an extra heavy-handed security guard. And when you wake up, Flebs, it is because you hear a knocking on the wall by you, and you feel a soft tentacle gently caress your cheeks, which definitely sounds like the start of something else. But you wake up, and it's Mr. Sticky, who is poking out of the chute and is beckoning to you softly, going, "Oh, oh, oh." Until you wake up.
Hey, Mr. Sticky, how's it going?
And he imitates that he snapped Amy's gun and turned it into a spear.
Oh, God. And you can't win all the time.
And he looks over your equipment, and he wants you to give him something. Now you want a trick weapon, then I assume. So you want something that one of the weapons can switch into something else. Okay. Now this has got risk involved in it.
Dagger.
Your dagger, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So I will say that there is risk, as Margot will tell you. And if this doesn't work, I am not responsible.
Margot's got like 1 million guns, though.
Margot has one gun now.
Oh.
Now, yes. Margot has the shotgun.
Sorry to hear that.
So, bear in mind.
Terrible.
Yeah, it was a rough time.
I don't know what I don't know what will happen if you fail, but he's reaching. He wants the dagger. So, if you want him to change it for something for range, then yeah, give him a weird roll, bud.
Oh shit! I'm tempted to use luck here because it fucked up
Sure.
Margot so bad.
It's your call.
That's. Margot wouldn't be against that.
As I approach Doomed, like, do things get worse for me as I get closer to Doomed?
How much luck have
Okay,
you used?
we haven't.
Oh
yeah.
no! How
Wait.
How far?
No. He's overthinking it. He's min-maxing.
Oh, okay. Okay.
No. So let me explain how luck kind of works. When you use it, you are triggering your playbook special. So Jericho was, I believe, the first or one of the first to use his luck. And his playbook special was that the Council of Wizards would poke its nose into his business. And I was like, that's lame. Let's have them put a collar on him, keep him in one hotel, unlock his entire backstory and chop off his hand, and then make him kill his best friend. That's way more fun. So I kind of fuck with these a little bit, I'll wholly admit. Your playbook special is that something happening now is related to something you were involved in years ago, which is great for your story, and that gives me a very good story beat. And I will figure that out as we're going. Not all of them are going to be arc-long story reveals. In fact, I probably won't do that again. But certainly, yeah, you could trigger that. Now, when it gets closer to Doomed, to be honest, I don't think it really matters. I think it's just that the game might give you worse rolls. I would need to go through the playbook, and I'm sure someone right now is frothing at the mouth. If you give me a moment, let me go through and have a look at the rules real quick, because I'm sure I can answer this for you. So, the playbooks to keep up. Okay. Because there are certain things that luck does. Obviously, it turns any roll into a 12, and, you can use it to basically take no harm if you are, like, about to do death saves and things like that. But let's have a little look here. So, I would say, yeah. Effectively, from what I can tell, it's not really something that has a huge amount of bearing. Like, I don't think so. You can have certain specials come up, but yeah, I don't know if there's a background thing with it, where it does have a background on the rolls, but to be honest, without looking deep into it, I don't know. For those listening, I'm sorry, but I believe I've got it down for the most part. And obviously, the closer you get to Doomed, yeah, that's just basically saying your character's luck is not going to be very good. But certainly for 2 Flebs, I really don't think you need to worry. You have 5 more to utilize before you really get to that point.
Okay, I'll use luck.
Okay, all right. So,
roll.
Yep, so you got a 7. That goes automatically to a 12. How about you tell me what you want from this, for this magical dagger?
Semi-automatic sniper rifle.
Huh?
Range.
He can't turn it into...
Oh, there's metal. The magical dagger.
Oh my god. No, I'm sorry. It's just the sincerity with which you were just like, I want my dagger to turn into a semi-automatic sniper rifle. Just... Oh, I love you. No. Okay. All right. No, right. I'm not saying no. It's just, it was not what I was expecting.
How about turn the blade into like a crossbow or something?
So that's what I was thinking. I was thinking more along the lines of it. So how about this? Let's split the difference. What if it is a kind of bow that has an infinite amount of mini daggers or kunais, which are magical,
cool.
And you can put them in the juju bag. You can put them in a place where you have to still reload to a degree, but like you can basically use them until you can't access the juju bag.
Can they be imbued with different properties by Jericho or something?
Ooh, well, if he rolls for it, absolutely.
Okay, yeah.
Is that fair?
Yeah.
Yeah, I apologize for laughing. It wasn't like a mocking. I was just like, that was not what I was expecting. So
I realized that it had to be a modification of the weapon. I thought Mr. Sticky was just gonna pull something out.
Oh no, it's a trick weapon. So your dagger is still a dagger, but like Bloodborne, when you tell me you're triggering the trick weapon, you can switch it, but that will take one of your moves. So, like, if you're about to go into a fight, and then you're like, oh, I'm switching it, that's fine. But if you're in the middle of the fight, and you're like, I want to switch my magical dagger to the to the bow, I will make you either roll if you want to use it in the same turn, or you'll just have to take the move. And then when you next come around on initiative, then you can use it. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's fine.
So make a note of that in your other gear. He takes it, and you hear some weird sounds, like he looks at the deck, like basically 1 second. He pulls it away. He hears some odd sounds, some echoing, and then he nearly hits you in the face, pulling up this huge ornate bow with a beautiful metallic finish on the front. It's a foldable one. It's like a fold-away bow, very complex in the parts it's made from, with a beautiful sigil at the front. It's circular. It's got this gorgeous little gemstone, and you think that's a conduit for magic. And he then hands you like a key ring almost of kunai, which whenever you take one off, it replenishes it automatically. And when he folds it away, with a push of the button at the front, it goes back into your magical dagger.
Awesome.
Oh.
Thank you, Mr. Sticky.
Oh.
This is great.
Oh.
I think we need to name this weapon, because we've named all the other trick weapons so far. Do you have a name in mind, Flebs?
Oh man, I've been playing Path of Exile. What's my bow's name?
Yeah, we can go with that.
I'll get back to you on the name.
Okay, make sure you make a note of it in your gear as well. Okay, so you do that, and Cabbage. So the chute shuts, and Cabbage kind of goes over and is like,
oh, I guess you're all right. I guess you're awake now. You want me to take you to the others? Or you need a snack. You need a hoagie or something like that first.
I'm good. Yeah. Where are my friends? Could you show me?
Yeah. I'll tell you. They're over at Section 9. They're kind of doing investigation stuff. Seems pretty cool. I'd love to be a cyber detective, but
So
yeah,
like a research wing. That's where we're headed.
we're going to Sector 9. I believe it's the research. I don't know. I'm not really that smart, but I know where Gary went.
Okay.
I didn't pass the fitness test, and I really want to be a cyber detective.
Oh.
Yeah, it's kind of sucks, but it's okay. I got a good job here, and it lets me
maybe start growing those lats. You can reapply, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of my time goes into looking after my body pillows, but yeah, I mean, maybe at some point I could. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe there's hope for you.
Yeah, maybe.
No.
Do you like body pillows?
Yeah, plain ones, not anime.
Oh yeah. Hey, can you keep a secret?
Yes.
Bro.
I trust him.
It doesn't sound like you can keep a secret, so maybe I shouldn't.
Oh, no, I can. You can trust me.
Well, you know how you guys were like, televised on TV and stuff, and everyone saw what you did in the hotel?
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of became like really big fans of you, and I got this I got a cutout of Margot as a body pillow. But
Oh.
it's not weird. Like I don't do it. I just hug it. It's not. My mom says it's kind of strange. I don't think it's strange.
Well, you hug it with your whole body, my friend.
I mean, yeah, but it's just
pillow.
comforting. I like redheads. I mean, don't tell her. But I'm asking, do you think she would give me her
I won't
autograph?
tell her, but if you want Margot's autograph?
I mean, yeah, I want everyone's autograph. You guys are really cool, but I'm kind of,
Okay. What are we autographing? Not your pillow.
Oh, no, that would be totally weird. No. Maybe just like my arm.
Your arm.
Yeah, I got a Sharpie right here, you know.
Okay.
I'll never wash my arm again.
As I write Flebs, all caps, on his arm.
Oh, thanks, man. Hey, can I pet Julia? She looks really cute.
It's up to her. You're welcome to try it.
All right, Cabbage is gonna roll to pet Julia.
Yeah.
Why am I doing that? Why am I doing this? What is?
Some really interesting characters you've given us this already,
This is
TJ.
nice.
I'm having
I like
I'm going through a weird phase. All right, leave me alone.
All right.
I've been on Twitter too much this week, and I am deleting my account. By the
It
time,
shows.
By the time this comes
corrupt
out,
video.
by the time this episode comes out, my Twitter will not exist anymore. But like, I have been lurking on Twitter, and it has really inspired some of the weirder characters. I mean, Cabbage is kind of harmless, but yeah, there are some. Oh man, how do people do Twitter anymore?
There's a point of no return, TJ.
No, that's not the point of no return, and we both know it's not.
No, I'm warning you.
No, there is a point of no return, and its number begins with 4, and let's just leave it at that.
Let's leave it there. Let's leave it there, actually.
Or Reddit. One of the two. All right, hold on.
Or Reddit. All right. Don't hate on Reddit. We love Reddit.
Some subreddits are okay. r/TJ Lee's all right.
I like Reddit.
Hashtag. All right. Okay, so he's gonna roll. So yeah, I think that's fair though. Like, I think giving Julia the option, I respect that, Flebs. I respect you not just automatically went, yeah, cool. I think that's nice. All right. He has no charm. What a shocker. I should
Still
stress
higher
it.
than mine.
He is a big. He's just a big dumb boy. He's sweet. He's not that bad. He got an 8. I think an 8's enough. I think he probably gets some pets, and then she scratches him.
Yeah.
And he's just like,
You know, that's fair. That's fair. I overstayed my welcome. Thank you, Julia. I know when to, I know when to stop. Okay. Hey, Flebs, thanks for being cool about this. I don't have many friends, but like, I'm trying. That's why I got this job. I wanted to be able to socialize a bit more, and seeing you guys do what you do, it just really made me feel like I could make that change.
I'm rooting for you.
Oh, okay.
Maybe start with just some advice. Maybe get rid of those body pillows.
Oh, there's just the one. I thought about getting others, but it just kind of got weird real fast. I mean, like I said, I don't do anything. It's just kind of there to hug, but you know what? Maybe I won't. Hey, you're not gonna tell her, right?
No, I won't tell her, but I will if you start acting weird around her.
Oh, it's not. No, it's not. I mean, I understand. No, I'll be cool. I'll be cool.
Okay. She doesn't need to know unless if she needs to know that you're a creep.
That's fair. I don't really want. I just wanted an autograph. I have nothing I want beyond that. She just looks really nice. She looks like she has pretty hair.
How about I get an autograph from her and I give it to you?
Well, that's fine. I mean, I wanted him on my arm, but okay.
I feel weird with you around her.
Huh. Okay.
The fact Flebs is saying, out of character, Flebs, I heard she was 19, Taylor, being like, I feel weird with you around her. This is some character growth.
There is a crazy shit going on here.
All right. Anyway, this scene's going on too long for my liking. I'm getting uncomfortable. So he takes you over to Sector 9, and he just kind of says, he sees Callista and Officer Muldoon and says,
yeah, I'll go and check on there. You go on ahead, and hey, thanks, Flebs. You're cool.
You're welcome. What was your name?
It's Cabbage.
Cabbage.
Yeah.
All right, Cabbage. Have a good one and good luck with your dream.
Thank you. Thanks, man.
And he goes off to see Muldoon and Callista. So you're going into a pretty unsettling scene.
Yeah. So they watched a vision of someone being torn apart.
Yeah, you didn't see that. You only see the violence afterwards.
Okay. And it happened in that room, right?
Yes. What do you want to do?
Okay.
because you can. I think it's only fair to give you the chance to have a roll if you want to have it.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch what you just said.
I was saying, what do you want to do?
Oh, what do I want to do?
Mm-hmm.
Jericho, Jimmy are in the room.
Everyone
Margot?
but Callista's in the room.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Are there any computers nearby?
No.
Okay.
The only one that was in there has been
So-
smashed.
Okay. I'll walk up to Jericho and be like, "Hey, what's going on here?"
That's for you finally join us. Okay,
Yeah,
so
sorry, I had to take a huge nap.
fair enough. Hope you're well rested. All right.
Yeah.
So before we get it so far, before us and all these people here, and all these people we have now, there are two of us. There's two people in this room, and then the third being a giant man rippable. Well, man as in person. So I'll say person rippable and halfable entity. And then one person was ripped in half, and another person is sobbing in the corner. Now, said creature left upon ripping the other person in half, fled, but did not leave out the door that we came out of, which you might notice is the only exit here.
Maybe a portal.
Could be. I do. I will did a little solo mental investigation. I do think that that instead of it just kind of fleeing out of being startled by killing something, it was called away. And that's congratulations, you are now caught up to where all I know about the investigation.
Oh, thank you.
Anytime.
Cool. So that's probably not enough to go on to do. I've read about this sort of thing,
No.
right? I don't have enough. Yeah.
But it doesn't mean you can't look at the
if you-
body like Margot's gonna do. You can definitely do that. With just a
And
regular
to
investigate.
investigate, and you also have a witness, a pseudo eyewitness who might be terrified shitless, but you know you're kind of like almost systematic is what we'll call it, not robotic, systematic.
Thank you.
Well, no way of
That's
speaking might be
calming.
just the calming thing they need to
You've
coherently tell
also-
you what happened.
You also have the theory you've now put out there. Is there a portal? You could also explore that as well. So you've got a few different
portals
options.
are magic, right?
They are
And
indeed.
magic leaves traces.
Oh, you learn so quickly. Yes, sir.
So I'll use my eye.
Oh, because you also have a third eye. Man, I gotta be careful letting you guys share
I'm
powers.
missing an eye.
Oh no, you're
But it's a real
right.
eye.
Your actual compendium. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Yes. Wow. Bravo.
But it was replaced with a.
It was
great eye.
replaced. Yes, it was, and we yeah, okay.
That was
Well,
my other luck.
I just grow like a third bird eye.
I would so as long as you're not, I would not let you
The
or
bird
recommend you use more luck, but you can use the eye. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. What do I roll for that? Use magic.
Yes,
Or-
I think use magic because you are using the eye, so you're basically determining if that eye is gonna do what you say or not. And it is not.
Damn it.
That's okay. Mark's it. So here's the thing. This could not be more perfect for me. So thank you for this gift, this narrative gift.
Well,
Flebs, you try, and you kind of do this thing where you kind of like close your eyes and then you open up the one like you're Odin's son, like it's supposed to look really badass. And it kind of, when you open just that eye and it really activates, it's certainly strange. Like, weird stuff happens and you can see, you know, like these weird magical traces. And it's like looking in detective vision in Batman Arkham Asylum. It's kind of odd. That's not what happens this time. Instead, when you open your eyes, or your eye, Nautilus is standing in front of you.
Oh.
And
shit.
he smiles and says, "Hello, brother mine. I see you're tapping into strange things again."
yeah, I'm trying to figure out what's going on here.
I don't really fucking care what you're actually doing, but
I should let you know.
You should.
I should let you know, brother mine. I'm not going to just let you saunter in and start really getting some miles under your belt, really getting those skills up. So, how about this? Fuck you, no I, until I say so. How about this, actually? No, that's too simple. Meet me face to face on your own, like a big boy, to talk about Mother, and I'll let you use your eye again. If you want to, instructions will be sent. Ta-ta, bitch! And
Send me those instructions,
he's already gone.
brother.
He didn't wait for your response. He slapped you, and you just kind of went back into it. So, if you want to do that, that's fine. That's not a problem. But he was not willing to wait for you. He was just being an ass. So yeah, your eye is not working. It is an eye. It does the seeing. It does the receiving of visual information.
Right.
But yeah, that's it. But
Okay.
you want to meet him at midnight, or wherever he says to go for, then make a note and we'll come back to that.
Oh man, I don't know if I trust. I mean, I don't trust Nautilus.
You could always talk to the gang about it.
I don't want to die.
Okay. That leaves the wonderful Margot. Pretty uncomfortable ending for you last session.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
How is Margot feeling at the moment?
I think right now, generally, Margot, I mean, probably pretty preoccupied with all the blood and gore. She
Mhm.
hasn't really, just kind of trying to take in and absorb as much of the scene as she can
Mm-hmm.
without all the third sight stuff that everyone else has. So, but yeah, I think overall she's just trying to focus because she knows that if we can get to the end of this, maybe we'll figure out more about that Lorna. And
Mm-hmm.
so just trying to,
Okay.
on a mission, I guess.
Yeah. So do you want to... What would you like to roll?
I'm thinking either investigate a mystery or this investigating phenomena. Can I roll for how is this phenomenon doing this?
Yeah.
Or would that not
I mean, I'm gonna let you choose whatever you want to roll. I'm gonna roll with it. Pun intended. Okay. A 7. All right. So on a 7, I think you get 1, right? Let me have a look here. I keep closing everyone's character tab so it doesn't slow my
yeah, on a
OBS
7,
down.
9
Okay.
hold 1.
Okay. Yeah. Go for it. What would you like to ask?
Oh, well, I guess if she hasn't seen the Sasquatch yet, then...
No, this is entirely based on the body that you'll be looking at.
Okay, then never mind. So for now, I want to investigate a mystery. I'll ask. Sorry, I'll ask what is being concealed here.
As you look at the victim, you obviously we've talked about the fact again. Eyes are covered in 2 coins. Only the top half of her is there. Her organs are strewn about. And there's a note that says, "We will reunite soon." Another clue. You notice that a couple things are a bit amiss. When you take the coins away, her eyes are not there. And she has a bag which, contains her valuables. And it is very clear it's been rummaged through and some possessions are missing. So this wasn't just a ritualistic killing. Something was taken from her that was very important.
Am I able to rummage through the bag and kind of get a sense of what's missing from it, or is it
Not
just
on a
that
7.
something clearly has been taken?
Just something has been taken, and you get the impression, based on the information in her bag, the credentials she had, that it was important. You learn that this woman is a lady called Kali, Kali, and her last name is Mahotra, Mahotra. And Kali was an what you would call a technical overseer in Sector 9. And she had an all-access pass, which is still there. But with the limited knowledge you have... Yep, that's fine. With the limited knowledge you have, you know that means she probably was able to see and get access to pretty much anything within this facility.
Okay, awesome. So Margot's gonna pocket that all-access pass and just kind of communicate with Jimmy and Jericho and Flebs that it seems like something here was clearly taken and they were looking for something, and whatever it was, they found it.
Can Flebs also mention he tried to use his eye and that he saw Nautilus?
Yeah.
Okay, so I tried to use my eye, I saw Nautilus, and I think he's jamming it somehow. I think he might be involved with this. He's probably directly involved with that Sasquatch we saw.
You think so?
Wouldn't be
He
honest.
seemed to imply he doesn't care why I'm here, but why else would I see him, and why else would he be intervening? So
To fuck with you?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, he could not be involved. He's just being a little shit.
So while you guys are talking, before we progress on, Callista, you're outside with Officer Muldoon.
Yeah.
And he's just kind of sitting there. You guys are actually sitting on the ground. It's kind of adorable. You're sitting there. You're not pouting, but like, you are like cross-legged. And you crossed your arms and you look a little bit frustrated. And he's like kneeling down, like with a hand on your shoulder, just kind of letting you kind of get all this out your system. And he doesn't say anything until you do.
Callista, I think Callista would sit there for a while, just kind of internally, internally kind of calming herself down, but also just sort of still pissed at the whole, at that whole situation. And she says, it's been a long time since I let my emotions get the better of me like that.
Yeah, well, that guy was a jagoff, so, I mean, it's not okay to assault anybody, but it's kind of okay if they're white supremacists, I ain't gonna ring you up for it, Callie.
He also, pushed you out of the way and was... Oh my god, it's just a giant car right now.
Oh, damn, what's driving past? Hey, this is a private facility, asshole! Put your fucking muffler away, you schmuck! Jesus,
Probably teacher.
Happens to me all the time.
I ain't give him a goddamn citation, I swear.
Anyway.
And then someone drives past and it's like two of the professors and they're like, hey, fuck you, Muldoon! We got tenure, bitch! And they speed off.
See, this is what I'm talking about. The absolute disrespect of everybody here.
Yeah, they call me Officer Pee Pants. They once threw a water balloon at me and it looked like I pissed my pants, and now I'm just Officer Pee Pants. It's just
You know, I mean, what am I supposed to do? You know, I'm like, I didn't pee myself. And they're like, pee pants, he's peeing again. And then, you know, one of them will go, did you see Opposite Pee Pants, the movie? And they'll be like, I love the part where he said, I'm peeing, and he pees. And I'm just like, I'm just doing the job, you know. But what are you going to do?
Callista just, like, looks at him for a second and is like, why are you working here?
Well, I already told you. It's good pay, good benefits, and I wanted to be here to protect and help you guys. It's worth it if it means I get to, you know, spend time with yous.
But don't you get tired of everyone treating you like shit?
Don't you get tired of everyone treating you like a bird?
Yes.
But
yes, I do.
But you still carry on. You still do it, right?
I guess so.
Well, that's because you know it's worth it. And, you know, maybe one of those little nerds, he says something too often and, you know, walking past in the morning, I just give him a little tase, you know. No one has to know. I got my ways. Give him a Stromboli with a little bit of rat poison in there, you know. Still a little bit of rat poison, not enough. But he knows. He knows.
I won't cite you for that one either.
I appreciate it. The big man upstairs, I don't want him thinking I'm too bad, you know. I mean, I'm sure he's done some, you know, I'm sure he's rat poisoned a person or two in his time, you know. He's not perfect.
Callista, like, glances away for a second and is just like, you could definitely say that.
I mean, it's your dad, right? It's your family. I mean, geez, I thought I had family problems, but you put me to shame. Talk about expectations. My dad just wanted me to pass high school. Yours had his only son come down there and get crucified for the sins of everyone who's ever been born and ever will be born. That's kind of hard to live up to.
I haven't even spoken to him.
Yeah, me neither. He's not on Facebook.
I don't really know what that is, but I believe you.
Oh, right. We need to get yous on there so like great auntie Muldoon can meet yous. You know, she gets on the FaceTime. She'd just love you. But you know what? This doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Callie, these things are gonna happen, and how you handle it is what makes you a professional. You fail, and you try again. You fail, you try again. So you get back in there, you puff out those wings. You be that badass bitch everyone knows, and you keep trying.
Callista, like, is looking at the ground as he's talking, and she smiles slightly and puffs out a breath and then looks back up at him and says, "Thank you, Gary. I appreciate you talking to me like this. I mean, I know we helped you out in Mantis Bay, and I realize that you and your family are appreciative, but I mean, this level of hospitality feels undeserved."
If you're asking him why, you'd need to roll for it.
Okay.
Yeah, like if you want to know why he's being like that, you'd need to roll for that.
Would that be, let's see.
Probably charm.
Options. Yeah, like, okay.
Manipulate someone or charm.
I was gonna say manipulate someone, but that doesn't, I'm not really manipulating him though.
You're just trying to see what he'll answer with. It's kind of how I look at it.
Either way, I don't have good charm, but let's see.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Charmed.
I have a -1.
Let's go.
So you got a, all right.
So charming.
Got a 10.
So charming.
All right, okay. He, so you ask him directly, like, you know,
why is he being like this. He bristles for a minute, and he gives you like a bit of space, and he pulls out a locket. And inside it is a faded picture of a younger Muldoon and his daughter. And he looks at it and says, you know, I told you that we lost our kid. And Callie, when you lose someone, when you lose a life you created, that is a pain that is never gonna go away. It's family. It's blood. It's indescribable what it does to you, and I've got faith. My wife, not so much, but I got faith that maybe I'll see her again, but I am crippled by the fear that I won't. And I remember being at her funeral, and the pastor said to me, you'll never see her again in this world. You'll never hear her laugh. You'll never see her smile. And that idea fucking terrified me. I'd never see my baby's laugh. I'd never see the way she reacts to things anymore. Never see the drawings she made or see her grow up to get married. And I lost myself in that. And for a long time, I just rested on my laurels until I had to look after Faye. And part of that was reawakened. And then you rolled into town. And you look a little bit like, a little bit pouty like, and before I knew it, it was like staring into a mirror of the person I wanted Callie to be. And for as long as I have that, I want to protect you. And I want you to know that our family's doors are always going to be open to you. Because you don't get second chances in this life, Callista. You just get new options. New things to wake up for. New things to protect. New things to fight for. You all taught me that. I'm just paying it forward. And he sniffs and puts the locket back in his pocket and tries to shake it off and says, I'm just a corny old man, but can't help it in my old age.
Callista's like watching him with kind of wide eyes as he's speaking. And when he's done, she kind of leans forward slightly and says, I'm not her, but if it's any consolation, I'm pretty familiar with what happens past this life, the life that you humans live, and I can say with great certainty that if I have anything to do with it, you will be seeing your daughter again someday. And while I'm not her, if she... I didn't know her at all, but if she was raised by you and grew up with your family, then I have confidence that she was a great person, and I'm honored that you see me in her, and that you see her in me.
Well, Callie, we're not Paula, but we can help each other. We're just broken people trying to heal each other, be those missing pieces. And for now, you got a job to do. But after it's all done, I'd like you to pay my wife a visit, say hello to Faye, and consider spending Christmas with us, okay?
All right.
And before you go in, he gingerly holds his arms out and says, bring it in.
Again, Callista like smiles slightly, and her eyes are shining as she comes in and wraps him in a hug. And she probably has like, now that she's getting more confident with it, she probably has like she's not gonna crush him or anything, but she probably has pretty firm, like strong hugs. So she like kind of wraps him up in his arms and just like hugs him tight.
It's like, oh, that's a strong hug from a strong lady.
And then he sneezes because your feathers are getting near his face.
All right, enough of the mushy shit. You got a job to do. I'll be out here. I don't wanna cramp your style. If you need me, you call on me.
Callista nods and walks back towards the building. And before she goes inside, she kind of like lingers in the doorway for a second and is like, you know, I've never celebrated a holiday before. Not like that anyway. And she kind of laughs to herself, and then she like walks inside.
First time for everything, kid.
And as you walk in, he turns and says, "Cabbage, were you being weird again?" And then the door's closed before you can hear an answer. All right. So before we progress things, like, do you want to try another roll investigate? Do you want to talk to everybody? Do you want to talk to the witness? What do you want to do?
I think first thing, Callista will go up to the other detectives.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of, yeah, just sort of like rejoin the group. I'm assuming she'll have to be caught up on everything like Flebs was, but yeah, she'll just sort of walk up to everyone and say, sorry about that.
Sorry, I had to take a nap as well. And no worries, Callista.
Of course, no problem. We're just filling each other in on our individual leads. And actually, now that I think about it, we should probably talk to the witness. No person
Seems
was there.
like a logical next step.
What's his best to handle that?
I don't know
Who's
about
got
that.
the most charm?
Margot
Callista,
has a
you
skill
suddenly
to
just charmed somebody. Maybe you're on a roll. Why don't we send Callista?
How would you know that?
Flebs knows
Oh,
everything.
That's right.
Flebs is eternal.
Callista, you seem.
I
way
forgot
more personable today.
Flebs just breaks the
you
fourth
seem
wall.
well adjusted now. Yeah.
So well adjusted.
Callista, did you just charm somebody?
Callista, did you just feel
you can
multiple
smell it.
rolls?
No, I actually headbutted a researcher and broke his nose, so I don't think I'm really the best person to do this.
Oh.
She's
Yeah,
only a
probably
tier 1 at Dr. Good Doctor's emotional support.
I need to take more classes.
Jericho?
Like, yeah, I could talk to him. I think.
You want me to talk to him?
In fact, I think the best course of action here is for us all to approach them, on like a semicircle, like a C, and so you can see
Yeah.
all of us walking in.
That's a good idea. We're pretty good in a
Definitely
group.
intimidating, and like we're all closing in on them after a trauma. That seems like a great idea.
Exactly. That's why I think that's a great idea, especially if like everyone just has like their weapons drawn. I think that'd be the best course of action.
Jericho,
I'm gonna say maybe we don't do that one.
Jericho,
Okay.
I don't think that's a good idea at all.
Oh yeah. Well, it was mostly
Flamethrower drawn.
it was mostly a joke, but you know what? You guys are right.
Oh.
If no one else wants to, I'll go talk to him. You guys can follow. You guys can follow. You guys can stay here. Just gonna follow. Don't look menacing.
Just maybe ask about that portal too, if you can.
Huh?
Because that Sasquatch left in a different direction than the exit.
I love the way Flebs passes on information. Just like says it matter of fact, goes, "Oh yeah, I forgot there's a portal."
Okay, yeah. We're gonna,
Yeah.
You know what? I will not forget to explore that possibility. Okay, you guys can
Cool.
fill in Callista on the other things and dads and all the other stuff.
What?
Jericho
All I
walks.
know is there was a murder here, and they saw Jericho summon a vision of a Sasquatch tearing somebody apart and then leaving in a different direction than the exit. And there was one.
Oh, that's not Flebs. Explain it.
Good kill.
Oh boy.
No, that was
Yeah,
very
he's like he's
straight.
halfway across the room.
That was very straightforward. I appreciate that.
All facts. No fluff.
Or was. Nope, no fluff at all.
Amazing.
I do like fluff though.
Julia has all the fluff.
Flebs,
Yeah,
no
Julia's
fluff,
my
Taylor.
Oh, yeah. Hey, and I facepalmed a guy.
Flebs brings the facts. Julia brings the fluff.
Okay, so you going over, yeah?
So true.
Yeah.
Okay. This scene is going on far too long and it's
Yeah,
going
yeah,
nowhere. We are not going anywhere with this.
You told us we have a clock, and we were like, let's take an hour on one scene and waste all of our time.
Yeah, no, I love it. As someone who is on the spectrum, this is just a room full of people on the spectrum talking to each other, and it's literally just circles of nothing.
And
Just it's beautiful. It's a beautiful
Yeah,
thing.
Callista got overstimulated really quickly.
All right. Okay. So Jericho, you're going over on your own?
I invite anyone else to come over with me, but I am making my way over there now. Yes.
Okay. Who are you talking to first?
yeah, Margot will kind of follow but hang back.
Okay.
Same with
I'd like
Flubs.
to talk to the other person, like the survivor, the person who was there when the Is it okay? Is it okay? Like in Canada, we call it Sasquatch now. I'm kind of starting to run out of ways to like walk around and not.
You
be
can call it a Sasquatch until you know otherwise. Yeah. Yeah, makes sense to me.
Right. Yeah. So I'm aiming to talk to the other person present during the Sasquatch attack.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Yeah, go over and I guess like tell me what you want to say, and then you'll roll for it.
I'd like, of course, Jericho introduced himself. Hi, my name's Jericho Branch. I am Nightmare Detectives. We are currently working it. Wow, we're working this case. I think I'd actually say that. Anyway, we are here to ascertain why your friend colleague, I don't know if you know them that well, was torn in half, and also where the assailant went after it, and also what were you doing at the time as well?
That's a lot. Okay, that's a lot of information. Give me a manipulate someone roll. You asked that in a very overstimulating way. I kind of like the.
Oh
I
yeah,
kinda like the
100%.
approach.
Like in Jericho fashion, yeah, he was super casual, but
I
he
like
like
it.
sat
It's
down
like
next to
boom,
them and
boom,
like put his legs.
Yeah. Okay, go on 11.
It's just that easy.
Yeah, it's just that easy. He just kind of like.
Can I get that in writing, please? Thank you.
Yeah, he kind of like just goes, right, okay, yeah. My name is Morton Jones. I'm the assistant to our dear departed Carly. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit overwhelmed, but I want to be good. It was about 20 minutes ago. We were just going through some information. I run the desk here. I do all the note taking. I do the organization. She came out, said she'd gotten what she needed, and it was really important. She was about to tell me what I needed to do to safeguard something before she went over to go and see one of the faculty members, the high-ranking ones. Lights went out. Big Beast comes in. It's a fucking horrible situation. Ripped her to pieces. Just went through her bag, took something, I didn't see what. Put the coins on her eyes, left the note. Went back into Section 9 and... Oh, jeez. And here we are. I didn't
really see it. Look big, spectral, hairy like an ape. It was horrid. Big hairy thing. And then this person came to help me, and before they finish up, this person stands up and offers a hand out and says, It's so good to meet you. Oh my god. Is that Jericho Branch?
God damn it!
Is that Jericho Branch of the Hotel Inertia? It's me, it's Babylon Stump. I'm one of the dream team. I didn't think I'd see you here.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, Jericho, you don't remember our days at the academy? The rivalries?
It's so nice to see you, like, alive and
thriving, not captured by the Order, and doing very well, heading up my own department.
I'm so happy for you.
We've got a devil in our department.
Sounds very interesting. Why are you here?
I'm part of the dream team. I'm part of the dream team, Jericho.
You have said that, yes. You have said that a couple times.
Well, I have
yes.
some jurisdiction to be investigating. And that's my job here.
Oh, okay. And so I love that. I love that for you. I love that for me that I'm getting to see you right now. So upon, discovering Mr. Jones over here, what would you see anything else past what he's described to us? Or, you want to announce you're part of the dream team again, or?
I'm part of the dream team.
There it is.
You walked right into that one, Jericho. You always were susceptible.
I am so susceptible. I'm just Jericho's susceptible branch.
Do you still shop at the Salvation Army, Jericho branch?
I don't know. Mm-hmm. That's me, shopping at the Salvation Army Jericho branch.
If you want him to answer, you're gonna have to roll to manipulate a hunter.
Sure. He's a hunter.
Of course
I didn't expect him to come in this soon.
He's a dream team member.
He's part of the dream team. What do you mean?
Margot just leans
Part
into
of the dream
Jericho and
team.
whispers, I can hit him if you need me to.
He leans in with you and is like, "You're absolutely welcome to try."
Oh my god.
I hate this guy.
Oh, a 5. Oh, yes.
Celeste is just interested in the devil.
Yes, you got a 5. He just looks at you and is like, Jericho Branch, trying to get questions out of me, a member of the dream team. Oh, Jericho. It's like that scene in One Piece with Luffy. You really think I'm gonna give up that information willingly? Or have you not read ahead yet, you absolute scrub?
I will banish you to a different dimension.
He pulls
Can
out
Margot
his...
use her fervor and do a tough manipulate?
You can, but he did just fail pretty badly. Yeah, you could. He failed pretty badly. Yeah, of course you can.
Yeah. Okay.
But you it should be good. I don't know if I can give you a fail and then get straight to a success. I feel like that might be a bit busted, but...
I just want to ask a question. Now I'm being rated.
You gotta have a rival, Jericho. You killed your last one.
He could have just said no.
Nah, that's boring.
That wouldn't be fun.
I also realized that I don't have enough characters that are out-and-out dicks. An 8, so, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? Margot.
Well, I'm just, I guess, support for Jericho.
So you said fervor, though, right? That's what you said?
Well, yeah, because I can do a tough to manipulate instead of charm, and so I'm thinking just bring in the heavy to get him to actually answer.
Okay, how do you manipulate him? Like, what's your intimidate?
Okay, Margot kind of looks at him and tries to just be straight with him and just say, look, people are dead here, and you can either help us or be an asshole. But you know,
You know what? You're right. I can be both. In fairness, I can be both. Okay.
Sure.
You know what, Jericho? This is a bigger than both of us, and we should both be the better person here.
You're right. Yes, I should learn from this. I should be better than this.
Let's be hashtag blessed. No cap. Let's not be bussin'.
What?
Oh my god.
What is happening?
He's going through a midlife crisis. Yeah, so Babylon kind of takes a beat and says, well, if you must know, it's Margot Sloan, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, I know all about your team. You are a terrifying individual. I do not want you to get in my face. So you know what? This works in both of our favors. We have someone just like you know. Someone's looking after a monster. He's blonde. Family was killed. His name's Bubba. Real interesting guy. You two would get on well. Anyway, I saw the creature go down through to Sector 9, and it kept saying return. And when I tried to stop it, my magic didn't work on it. Real strange. I'm not here on my team. They're investigating elsewhere. So I thought I'd best look after the witness here. Give him a little help.
That is great.
Where is Sector 9 and what's in it?
Oh, you're in Sector 9 right now.
Oh, okay.
What's in it? Well, I know about as much as you do. That'd be for this guy to answer. So you can roll and ask him.
Is Morton lying to us?
No, not you passed. You got an 11. He can't lie to you on 11.
I heard no, but I didn't hear anything afterwards. Sorry, it was a bunch of.
That's okay. You got an 11. He can't lie to you on an 11.
Gotcha.
So, do you want to ask Morton? Do you want to roll to ask him?
I was thinking, so based off like what he said so far of how he couldn't identify what the item was that the Sasquatch took from the off the body, is there any other way? Is there any way that like is there anything we could use to clear it up to understand what was taken? I understand. I also like to think about like the investigating the idea of how the Sasquatch got away. Was it a portal or some kind of other thing?
So you want to find out if there was a portal for the creature?
I want to discern like the means of its escape. Yes.
So if Margot wants to ask her question to roll that to Morton, you can do a use magic roll and take a look down the hallway.
You say I could or couldn't?
You could, but Margot will need to roll hers first.
Fair enough.
Okay, hang on. And I'm rolling the same fervor again or something different?
No, I think it'd be the same roll. Manipulate. Oh, no, not fervor. You're not trying to intimidate Morton. You're just trying to manipulate him.
Oh, no, just manipulate. Okay. But my charm is so low.
You can have a breakthrough.
Yeah?
What's that, a breakthrough?
You got this, Margot. Okay. On an 8, he kind of looks at you and says, Will, Sector 9 is designed for the, how should I put this? It's for the experiments that we're not really advised on the books to note. The ethics committee don't actually know what we're doing here. And the reason I'm telling you this,
I'm probably going to put in my resignation. Not going to lie, this is not good job prospects. So, there's a lot in here I don't know. But, strangely enough, there was one thing. Carly was not meant to be staying here. Carly was in a rush and said that they had a meeting they needed to get to at the top of the hour. But it was over in the cryptozoology dome. So I don't know, but maybe you should take a look over there. I just want to see who caught it. I want to see who did this. I want them caught. Preferably hung, drunk on cord, punched in the balls, I don't know, but something's got to happen.
Thank you for your help.
Jericho. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, Margot. Oh, just Margot turns to Jericho and says, well, sounds like we're heading to the cryptozoology lab or where the fuck ever.
Yep, sounds right. Sounds right. I'm gonna do one more thing before we go. And Jericho's gonna try and like discern sense the magic towards where he's like visualized the Sasquatch running.
Okay.
Would you want to use magic or weird roll? I guess they're the same thing.
It's the same thing. Okay, an 11. Jericho.
I love magic.
You were able to recreate it to the point it actually manifests in front of you. Down the hallway. But you don't know how long it's gonna last.
Holy shit, Jericho.
Jericho's gonna kind of start walking with the playing recreated scene. It's like, yeah.
It is a pretty powerful tornado of energy. It doesn't look like it's gonna last. It looks volatile, Jericho. And Babylon kind of stands upright and says, "Well, I see you've been working on your magical skills, Jericho Branch. I have to say I'm impressed. But are you sure you want to go through that?"
Will it take us to whoever's doing this?
I mean, I know about as much as you do, Margot Sloan, but certainly if Jericho was retracing steps, it would certainly lend itself to that theory.
So it's not just projection like that, like the actual like portal or
Yeah.
is open.
On an 11, you got the portal open.
And
jump?
can we all see this?
I want to
or just-
call over the other nightmare to will have it open then.
Yeah, you can. It is there and it is powerful, but it doesn't look like it's gonna last. And Morton is scrambling away from it. He is not comfortable being near it. And you've got a couple of options at this point. You now have a meeting to attend, and you've got this portal to go to, and obviously you could go and question the other faculty members. So you might want to look at splitting up and figuring out who's going where to cover as much ground as you could.
Right.
Jimmy's going through the portal to fight
I
the
was gonna say,
Sasquatch.
who wants to try to go through the magical portal? Callista kind of does.
My road
I feel like
dog.
we need to know more.
Yeah, but
But it's a
If only if we
We're
all
we're on
go.
limited.
Go
We're
away.
on limited. We're on limited time. Yeah.
yeah,
that's true.
yeah.
If we go to the portal, I'll follow. I will go to the portal with you guys.
Well, we do have to work
Aw.
on splitting up and saving time.
Yeah,
too,
should we
though. It
split
just
up?
Sucks. So
all of you should
Who-
definitely go through the big
cryptozoology.
scary portal. That's a great idea. Let me just wipe out all the other storytelling I've
Maybe
got.
there's 1,000 Sasquatches there.
Jimmy starts
Yeah.
walking towards the portal.
Okay.
That's very, very unpredictable.
Could I send a familiar with them? Does Jericho have to go through the portal?
I wouldn't even know how to mechanically make that work if there was a fight on the other side, for example.
Oh, I was just gonna use it as a walkie-talkie.
Oh, No, you can't.
Understandable.
Because narratively, that's a clusterfuck if you're somewhere else. You will be able to communicate at some point, but no.
Okay.
Well,
Who is going through the monkey hole? Someone go.
All right, Margot.
If Jimmy's going, I think.
Jimmy's
yeah.
going.
Before
Kalista
anything
would
else
probably-
happens, while you're all deciding, Margot, can you give me a sharp roll, please, love?
Okay.
Okay.
A 9.
Me.
Okay. Margot, you, as all of them are kind of like talking to each other, you hear that music again, and it begins to drown out everything as the siren's call begins to overwhelm sort of your senses. And on a 9, it doesn't, make you do anything necessarily, but you find yourself enveloped by it, and you get the impression that it's somewhere on campus, but you can't tell if it's through the portal. It doesn't seem like it is, but your instinct is to follow where that singing is coming from. And it seems to be leading out of this building. Now, you can ignore it. On a 9, like, you basically nearly got a 10, so it's not completely successful. But if you can make a good enough argument for me, then I can say you resist it.
Yeah, I think... I'm trying to decide if Margot's... No, I think she's gonna listen to it. Not like she doesn't have a choice, but more like... I don't know, if it's not... And she's pretty sure it's not coming through the portal.
Yeah,
so...
the more she listens, the more it's becoming clear it's coming from somewhere on campus, outside of this building.
I don't want to split up and go follow that just yet, but I do want to I'll still leave the building and go question or go do something else, not go through the portal, but I'll leave this building so I can go and try and...
So do you tell them that you're leaving, like, for the music, or do you just say that you don't want... Do you just give them a reason?
Yeah, I'll just say I'm going to go investigate and
Okay.
maybe question some people.
Okay. Alright, we'll come back to that. Jimmy's definitely going through the portal. Callista.
Yeah, I think if Jimmy's going through the portal, I think Kalista would want to go with him.
Okay. Flebs?
Choose between the portal or stay behind.
Well, go with Margot and go to the campus to go basically go find out what's going on.
I'll tag along.
You're going with Margot.
Yeah.
Okay, and that leaves Trevin, Jericho.
I will also go through the board.
All right. Babylon kind of looks and it's just like,
Are you out of your fucking mind, Jericho Branch? You're gonna go through an unregulated portal without knowing what's on the other side?
Do you want to tag along?
Sure, why the fuck not? I'm sure I don't mind dying.
As he says that, Jimmy pulls the bracer off and just turns around and smiles at him and steps through the portal.
Oh, cool. Well, you didn't tell me you had a Sasquatch, Jericho.
Didn't ask.
Well, we've got a
You have a Sasquatch?
werewolf. His name's Winston.
Oh, of course it is.
Oh.
After you.
Oh,
He, gestures,
you're too kind.
portal.
Yep, okay. He goes through, and you go through, and then Callista, you're the last one. Do you say anything to Margot or Flebs before you go through?
Yeah, I think she'll I mean, she has to be quick about it, I'm assuming, but she'll kind of turn around for a second and be like, "Be careful. We'll meet up with you again soon."
Okay.
I always am, aren't I?
No.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, Calista
Never died yet, have we?
Yeah.
We're fine.
Calista's just like, I don't know about that, but I trust you.
Okay.
See you soon.
Okay.
Yeah, she steps through.
All right, you go through the portal, and Margot, Flebs, you're gonna follow that voice, and you're gonna go and I guess carry the meeting out that Morton mentioned over in the cryptozoological building. So what we'll do is we will have our little break now. Okay, so we go through to the next two scenes, and I'm wondering who to start with here. Let's start with the Portal Gang, as they are going to be affectionately named. So you guys go through the portal. It is a pretty unpleasant feeling to begin with. Kind of jarring. It, you know, like Jimmy and I'd say Jimmy and Callista, you both end up taking a knee because you're not used to the inertia feeling. Whereas Babylon and Jericho are kind of like, they're sort of very used to it a little bit now. Each one of you needs to make a sharp roll, please. Okay. All right, Jimmy. Okay, so Jimmy, you don't notice anything. Margot. Okay, all right. I'm not gonna have Babylon roll. Actually, no, I probably should actually. All right, hold on. Making another character sheet.
If it's really just to make fun of me, you don't have to.
No. He's a character. He's a character now. Babylon's stump is
I
canon.
want to know
so
more about the Dream Team.
the Dream Team. I've got to have him now. Like, you know, he's, you know, if I made him just for the bit, I wouldn't have had him come through the portal with you.
Commit to the bit.
I have to, unfortunately, commit to the bit.
Is there like a cross faction Nell as well, or are they also sponsored by fucking Nell?
I'm not telling you. You'll need to ask him. You'll need to get close to.
Okay.
You need to get close to Babylon.
Yeah,
for
who the
that.
fuck hired these guys?
Well,
We had Muldoon connections.
Someone hired them. Yeah, it was Faye Muldoon all along. Ooh. All right.
I knew it.
No.
Okay, and the weird. Okay, cool. Let's do a sharp. 1 second. Oh, the amount of character sheets for this arc are gonna kill me, I swear. Okay. Alright, so, Jimmy, you don't see anything. It is very dark. Jericho, you get an idea that something is off here. Margot... wait, Margot, why did you do a sharp roll, love? You didn't go through the portal.
She didn't do a sharp roll.
Oh, the last roll I saw was Margot. I'm so sorry.
I think that was from before.
Oh, my bad. So, Kalista...
Yeah, that one was from before the break.
My bad, sorry. Kalista, you know what's wrong the moment you go through the portal. This is what you see. You are in a sterile hallway. And on both sides are cages, endless cages, full of nightmares and cryptids. And there is some conversation at the end, like murmuring, muttering, chanting. You don't really know. But there is something going on at the end of the hallway about 100, 200 feet. You don't really know at this point. You're still adjusting to the light. And these creatures are, right now, not making a lot of noise. But they are in their cages. What do you want to do?
So this is just the view that we get on the other side of the portal, right?
You've gone through the portal. The portal is closed behind you. You have gone through. You are now in this hallway.
Yeah. Okay. Callista, first of all, stands back up. And sorry, I'm trying to see like what move I need to make here to do this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm double checking. Only Kalista can actually clearly see what's going on in the room, right?
Correct.
Making sure.
Could I read a bad situation?
Yeah. Ooh, girl.
Nice. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
How are you?
Okay.
What are you doing with this role?
I want to ask. Well, I guess first of all, I want to ask, what's the biggest threat?
Well, the biggest threat would be whatever's at the end of the hallway and making enough noise that the things in the cages start reacting. So I'd say you have two threats, really.
Oh. Okay. So then, okay. So at that point, I think Kalista will like kind of put her arm out, like to gesture to the others and look back at them and just like put her finger over her lips in a be quiet motion.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then, did I get a 10?
You did.
Okay. So, I'm trying to figure out what other questions I want to ask. I guess, are there any dangers we haven't noticed?
Dangers is an abstract term, but there is certainly things you haven't noticed, yes.
Mm-hmm. Is it possible to hold my last one?
I will let you hold the last one if you want.
Okay.
Okay. Yep.
No, I was just gonna say, like, I'm trying to. The figures at the end of the hall, like I can see them, but can they see?
Not right now. They can't. No.
Okay, but there's not really anywhere for us to like hide, right? Like it's just a straight hallway.
It pretty much looks
With
like
the
a straight
cages on
hallway.
the sides.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Callista will kind of like lean, like after she does the like be quiet gesture to them, she'll like lean in close and like keep her voice like really, really low. And say, there's people down there.
How many?
I don't even know the answer to that. There's more than one, yes.
Oh yeah.
A few at least. They can't see us yet.
Okay, what? Okay. Are we just staying? Are we trying to stay right here until they leave? Is there anything that we can hide behind in the room?
If we're too loud, it could agitate the creatures beside us. There are only cages, but they all have nightmares in them. Whatever it is we end up doing, we have to stay quiet.
Okay. Stay quiet. Don't be seen by the people outside the cages. Don't be seen by the nightmares. The non-humans. Ah, inside the cages. Easy. Right? Yeah, easy.
I'm enjoying this so much.
I don't know if you guys realize this or not, but I am not the most stealthiest of individuals.
Yeah, I'm just looking at Jimmy the entire time as we're talking about the stealth plan.
Easy, right? Easy. So I can see the figures in front of us, but when the portal disappears, is there anything behind us, or are we just at the end of the hall?
You're at the end of the hallway from what you could tell.
Okay. Well, seems like we might only have one direction to go then, gang.
So you're moving forward?
Well,
I would say if we're gonna move forward, we should do it with haste. I mean, that way to close the gap on the individuals at the end of the hallway, I would say.
yeah, like, can we tell if they outnumber, or I guess, can I tell if they outnumber us? Like,
no, you can see a few. Like, you would probably guess they do, but you wouldn't know for certain.
okay, cause, alright, well...
It seems the odds are in our favor after all.
If they... I can't tell how many there are, but... if they seem to be being quiet as well. I doubt they want to get reactions out of these creatures either, so... theoretically, even if we did approach them, I would hope that they would stay quiet too.
This isn't Elnug to use magic chart, but is there like a way I could create like a dome that is like that like just makes us invisible?
You could definitely try. I like that.
Oh!
I like that.
I love it. Let's go. Let's try it.
Oh, if you do that, I have an idea. Unless you
Okay.
also have an idea.
Right now, I just have the idea that let's try to move through the room without being seen.
Yeah, let's get through this first.
Let's go.
Oh, yes!
Let's go.
Okay,
Oh,
so, Jericho, on a 10, yeah, you perfectly create this bubble, and it allows you to basically move, upright without any sound, although you get the impression you're still going to have to be careful. But sure, you can, walk closer to the end of the hallway without issue.
Yeah, so the other thing is, like, if we feel like these guys are, I don't know if this would work, but my thought is, like, if we feel like these guys are, like, dangerous, if we're invisible and we make noise, like, if the nightmares attack anybody, it's gonna be the people they can see.
Maybe.
Like, if we make noise around them.
Maybe. But for now, you get closer and you start to hear voices. And they're in debate. And some of the things you pick up are... I'm probably not going to do a ton of voices for this bit because they're all hooded, but... I told you it's not ready yet. Well, it needs to be ready. How much more time do we need to give you? I don't know. Weeks, months? This is science. Science takes time. It takes... Enough. The farmers have given you enough time. The chameleon has given you enough time. Our patience is wearing thin. This one looks ready. Take it for a test drive, like your other pet. It's not that simple. I'm gonna get caught if I'm not careful. Then don't get caught. We won't ask again. Project Indigo Black must be ready by dawn. Any questions? And there's a really awkward silence. And the voice says, "Good. We will be in touch. And we look forward to seeing how the petri dish grows." And the hooded figures leave. And I'm going to need all of you to roll act under pressure.
Three.
Why'd you say 3?
Yeah. What was that?
Why did you do that?
Oh,
Wait,
because
Me too?
Bro.
No. Just sorry. I apologize.
no.
Just
Oh.
then. Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
Portal
number
gang only.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So Jimmy,
Oh man, Jimmy, you're gonna level up soon.
sweet Jimmy, sweet big clumsy Jimmy.
No.
Well, it was gonna happen. So here's what happens. Jimmy, this bubble goes on for a while. That is not the vibe I want. This bubble goes on for a little while, and obviously the whole point of it is that it is pretty good at, protecting from the outside, provided that the individual keeps their arms and body inside the bubble. And Jimmy absent-mindedly reached his hand out and accidentally put it through the bars of one of the cages. And when he did that, he woke up the Sasquatch that was sitting in there, which grabbed him, and it sniffed his hand, and it screams. And the bubble breaks, and the room is bathed in a red light as these cages begin to rattle and shake. And this hallway had a table on it, and that table begins to rise. And an electronic voice says, Security breach, lockdown in progress. All areas will be sealed in 9 minutes." And the cage doors break open, Jimmy, and you are grabbed by the face and flung into the other door, and you take 1 harm. And you're held there as Babylon, Jericho, and Callista see the creature that is is rising up from the desk. And it is a pretty horrifying sight, because it's a leshy.
Teacher cutting out.
Hold
Quite
on
a
a
bit.
second. There we go. That's because I'm switching windows. You guys see what is rising on the table, and it is a pretty horrifying sight, because it's a leshy. It is 10 feet tall, easily. Its wooden limbs have been repurposed with cybernetic augments. The eye has changed into what looks like a laser implant, and there is a pretty large gun attached to the left hand. And the moment that the chair, this operating table hits the top, the clasps are unleashed, and this thing roars. And yeah,
You just
Shit.
said I'm held against the wall, right?
you are currently being held by your face against the other cage, as this
Oh,
Sasquatch
okay.
is got you at a disadvantage.
Okay. I was okay.
Mhm.
Thank you.
No problem. All right. I'm gonna let you strategize so I don't disconnect again, because I'm switching windows, and I'm gonna quickly get the initiative up. So you guys might want to figure out what you want to do. And you got Babylon with you, so.
So,
Yeah.
quick question is, like, the doctor still in the room? You said the hooded figures, but like the guy who they were talking to, like,
No,
is he
they
still
were. It looks like they were
Awesome.
talking on a video screen or something. You don't really
Ah,
know, but
gotcha.
whatever it is, there's an exit. And maybe he went through it. You don't really know, but they were communing over something, and that doctor isn't there anymore.
Okay. So
we have
could-
9 minutes.
Yes.
So I think we should. I mean, we obviously need to fight, but I think while we fight, we need to be like moving, because we saw where the hooded figures. We saw the hooded figures leave. Well, it is okay. Well, it is just a hallway. I guess we just go to the other side of the hall. But, you know, basically while we're fighting our way out, we need to be like going toward the exit at the same time, or we're gonna get locked in here with all of these monsters. So
Yeah, I think it's safe to assume that the other Sasquatch is not going to just let Chewy Jimmy just walk out. I really don't think
Right.
Jimmy will just try and walk out.
yeah,
No,
well, I have my wings, but I would need, first of all, I would need to roll well, and then also I would need like everybody here, and Jimmy's over where the Sasquatch is at the moment. So we need to all be together if I try to use those, but I think the most important thing is just to like, we all need to be moving toward the exit.
Yes. At this point, are all the other nightmares inside the cages roused the siege, or is it just basically the Sasquatch and the Mecha Leshing?
Right now, they're rattling the cages, but they aren't breaking out. It is the Leshy at the end of the hallway facing you two, and Jimmy has been pushed a little bit further down against one of the other cages by the Sasquatch.
Okay, I get that. So, I definitely think that Luce has like the actual practical and tactical idea. But what if we did something kind of crazy?
Okay.
I mean, this is already a crazy situation, so go
I'll
for
say,
it.
throw it out there.
What if we start opening cages?
Well, you mean like to like for like why?
So starting from the beginning of this plan, I'm not sure if any of the nightmares here can reason with or even speak like any language that Jericho or anyone else here speaks. But that doesn't matter as much. There's an option for use magic to be able to understand or understand, comprehend a language that you don't speak. I mean, we aren't associated with the people who put them in the cages. Will they believe that? Maybe not. That adds to the craziness factor. It's not that reliable.
So okay, so you want to appeal to them by freeing them?
Yes.
We can free them. They'll all start running out of the door as well. They'll call us where the fuck distraction might need. Because we might not need to be in. It might get really crazy now that a lockout's been issued, and in this section of the campus where we're probably not supposed to be.
I like that idea. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. I like it.
Here's the thing. Here's my only thought. Is once we're out, if we get out, like, are there just gonna be creatures?
There will be rampaging
on the
nightmares.
campus?
Yes.
So basically, we're doing a Molotov cocktail situation where we solve a problem by creating a whole new problem instead.
Yeah. Yes. And if this is it also works in the way of this whatever the vision is, so this where the scientists or like where the leads are behind this, it helps us not really flush them out, but it helps us narrow out who will be genuinely disturbed with some of the with the mass amount of nightmares like flowing around the campus now. I know there's like that's kind of what the whole point of this place is.
Well, I'm gonna guess, and I don't know this for sure, but it seems like maybe this is one of the things that oh shit, I forgot his name. That assistant starts with an M. Anyway,
Morton.
That he was talking about where Sector 9
Oh,
has
Morton,
a lot of like
yeah.
under the table experiments hidden. Yeah, Morton, yes. Has a lot of under the table experiments hidden away. Like maybe nobody even knows that these are here.
That is a possibility. Yes.
But either way, this could either go so wrong or well, it is a risk. But
Either it is.
I guess we're in a dangerous situation either way. So wait, so you want to try to talk to them? Is that the other part of this?
The whole talking to them, like talking conversation thing can happen like after we're out of the 9-minute lockdown room. Realistically, the idea is to approach cages. Like, hey, we didn't put you in cages. Yeah, you mind helping us get out of this room? We'll get you out of the cage. You can do whatever you want to after that. Well, I want you guys to let me have my pocket monsters. Whoa. They're not monsters.
Well, okay. So what if you cast a spell? Like if you want to try to understand them, what if you did that and then like to yourself first, so that you can understand them and then see what the fuck they're saying.
I'm gonna say part of this discussion is going on in game while Jimmy's struggling. So then you hear a voice saying, 8 minutes remaining.
Okay. Okay.
Shit. Okay. Cause see, if you can hear what they're saying, maybe they're like see if they're like trying to want to kill us, you know?
While this is going on, Jimmy, make an act under pressure roll for me.
See, I don't want to be too OP, so... Wait, who's making act under pressure?
Jimmy.
Bruh.
Oh.
Ain't no way.
Are you
It is
kidding me?
No way, bro.
You have to have leveled up by now.
I leveled up at the end of the last session.
This is like the 4th one.
Jimmy,
I know.
Jeez.
Yeah, okay, as this thing
I've never
is...
seen a 1 before.
As this thing is pushing on your face... I'm gonna have to hurt you bad here, but I'm sorry. It claws down your face and it gouges at your left eye. I don't know how bad that is yet, so we will figure that out, but you cannot see out of it. And then it takes its huge elbows and it pulls out your arm and it smashes the joint at the elbow and breaks your arm.
God.
And you take 3 harm. No armor.
Alright, so...
Okay, no more planning. Help, Jim.
Yeah, we need to
But-
redirect here.
Hold on. Because Jimmy, I think you know this Sasquatch.
Oh?
Now, if Jimmy was expecting any Sasquatches there, who would Jimmy be looking for?
Any Sasquatch that he knew of outside of the village was not with the village when it was magically whisked away. Honestly, I don't think Jimmy was ever looking for other Sasquatches either.
Right. It's funny because there was one Sasquatch that spat on you when you married a human and wanted to leave the tribe, and he said that you were turning your back on them. You never saw him again after that. He's here. This is where he's been. But you get the impression that he is not in his right mind. This is basically, Jimmy, what happens when you rage non-stop. You are looking into a mirror of what happens if you don't control that aspect of yourself. And your arm is broken. Your eye has been gouged. You are going into shock from the damage. And as you begin to slump, he is going for your throat. So the cages are rattling. This Leshy is gonna do something in a minute. And let's see. Let's go to Callista first. I believe that's where the rolls are at.
Okay, I'm gonna do something I hope doesn't kill me. I'm going to, well, first of all, I'll summon my scythe.
Mm-hmm.
But I think right now, I'm gonna try to use smite.
Okay.
But like from behind.
Okay.
So that hopefully, like, if I actually do anything, it'll, or if nothing else, I can turn the Sasquatch's attention toward something else.
Okay.
Toward me, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Let's get the scenery a little bit closer up while we're doing that. I have put the picture of them in visual delights, by the way, for you guys to see. Wow, 14. God
let's
damn.
Dang!
Well,
I failed at social skills, but I'm definitely doing some shit now.
The fear of
Let's
seeing,
go.
the fear of seeing Jimmy get accosted so fiercely triggers something in you. And you, yeah, I mean, how much damage does smite do?
Generally would do 2.
It does 3 on a 14. You just go for this thing's back. You pull it off, and I know what smite is, but I'm actually going to change it up for this. I think you start pulling at this thing's jaws. And you actually dislocate its bottom jaw. And on a 14, you throw it into the Cyberleshi. And they kind of like take a step back and stagger as the voice rings out and says, 7 minutes remaining. And let's go to Jericho. I'm going to be fair here because Jimmy just had some shit.
Yeah.
I think we try to heal Jimmy at this point.
Okay.
If he like.
Yeah, go for it. Okay, 9. So that heals 1 harm?
Yes.
Yep. You use the chaos of what's going on, and you manage to heal for 1 harm. And Babylon takes a step forward. And I haven't really described Babylon yet. So Babylon is a southern dandy. He is he's dressed in a all white outfit. Sneakers are like probably the only thing that aren't. They're like a really nice brown with some spurs. He's got really nice pinstripe pants. He's got a cloak which is like on a clasp. He's wearing a Stetson. He looks very debonair compared to his voice, and he unclasps the cape and says,
Well, I can't let Jericho Branch take all the work. Otherwise, the dream team will never get any further.
And he cracks his neck, and before I say what he does, let's see if he actually does it. Okay. Be great if my browser stopped freezing on me. That would be super. Alright, okay. Okay, got an 8. He says,
Yes.
All right, well. Hey, Jericho. You know how I said I have a team just like you?
Vaguely.
his eyes roll into the back of his head and he starts floating off the ground. And he says, well, that's not where the similarities stop. And he conjures black flames from his hands, which encircle his person. And it becomes a very, like, the whole room becomes so hot that the cages melt and everything in them begins to melt. And he says, well, you are the Stormcaller, Fractal. I am Brimstone. And he volleys a shot and aims right for the chest of the Leshy. And on an 8, he hits it, and he does 4 harm. as this thing is set alight. So you just met one of the other fractals.
Small world.
Next in the order is the Leshy, who is currently screaming and on fire. Okay. I have added this to your journals as well. But its name is Deshtok.
Deshtok.
I have no idea what it means. I chose it at random. And the Cyber Leshy. What would the Cyber Leshy do? I think he is pissed enough that he is just going to aim his shot down the hallway. And you're going to have to roll a sharp. You're going to all have to roll sharp to get out of the way of it. Or protect Jimmy if you want to. But if not, everybody is going to have to make a sharp roll.
Oh.
Did you cut? You're still cutting it out pretty bad, man.
Oh, I love roll 20. So he's going to take his gun and he's going to aim it down the hallway. And I think you're all going to have to make a sharp roll to get out of the way of it. And see how much... Like, first, that's going to see if you dodge it. And then we'll see what the damage is.
Okay.
And if I were to protect Jimmy, how would I do that?
There's a roll to protect someone roll. Yeah. So
Okay.
you're choosing you're going to take the brunt of the damage rather than like get out of the way, basically.
Yeah, I don't think Jimmy needs to get more damage at
Okay.
the moment.
So yeah, just roll protect someone instead. But Babylon and Jericho will need to roll sharp, which they will do now. Jeez. All right.
Jericho saw that coming a mile away.
Okay. So on a 7, remind me what a 7 does for protect someone. It should say on your sheet. Save me loading it and
Yeah,
breaking my
let me-
computer again.
No, yeah, I got it. 1 second. Okay, on a 7+, you protect them okay, but you'll suffer some or all of the harm they were going to get.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, I want Callista to like shield him with her wings, basically.
Yep. So Babylon and Jericho utilize spell barriers to block a lot of this. You just use your wings. The Leshy pulls up its beam and it aims down the hallway and charges it for an ungodly blast of plasma power. It does 4 harm. But Callista, because you're protecting someone, and you've got a little bit of shielding, it does 2 for you.
Okay.
And for obviously Babylon and Jericho, they get out of dodge. The voice rings out. 5 minutes remaining. And next up is the Sasquatch.
Sorry, who's up next?
The Sasquatch. I'm just looking at...
Oh.
I'm thinking of... I think it's going to go for you, Jericho. And I think... it's going to try and get...
I don't think it's a good idea.
It's going to try and get in close and
Oh my
do limb from limb. It's going to try and...
It's doing what?
It's going to try and tear your arms off.
Oh.
Well, hope it rolls low.
Yep. All right, it got a 5. This thing...
You're welcome.
This thing...
Thank you.
It tries to go forward, and it realizes very quickly it is also on fire.
Oh.
And
Well, fire.
it takes 2 harm, and it is flailing around right now. It is not doing well.
We should probably leave, guys.
That is a great. That is a crazy idea.
You hear the computer says 4 minutes remaining.
Yeah, we should probably go. Who's next in the order? Is it me?
Well, Callista, what do you want to do? Let me ask you that.
Well, because I was going. I think that yeah, I want to help Jimmy up. First of all. I don't know if I should try to use my wings or if we should just try to get past. Because the Sasquatch is distracted, so we would have to just get past the Leshy, right?
Sure. But I mean, you could
like,
also use your rings. That's also an option.
Yeah, I think I have to try, right?
Sure.
I think I will try.
Okay. Woo-hoo-hoo! An 11.
Let's go.
You act instantly, Callista. You realize that this is a threat that is not only is it too much, but it's too enclosed. You don't have enough info. You realize it's not worth it. Grabbing Jimmy with one hand, you whistle to Jericho, who grabs Babylon while he's still in that fractal state. You float over, and in an instant, as the Leshy is powering up for one more shot, you're gone. And now you know why I didn't want you to go through the portal.
Hey, we made it though.
Okay.
Well, he's like back in there for. Are we back in the beginning of
But
session?
did we die?
And now you're back. Wait, hang on. And weirdly enough, guys, you're waking up in a cabin, and there's voices in the woods.
No!
Oh, you looped again.
You went too far. You went too far back.
I'm sorry.
All right. We'll resolve your scene in a minute. Because our other dear players have been on the sidelines for a while. So, Amy and
Team
Flebs.
Redhead, yeah.
Amy, are you going to the meetup, or are you going to another faculty building? You've got quite a lot of options at the moment. What do you want to do, you and Flebs?
I'm kind of thinking we could just go to the meetup.
Okay.
At least just to start and go from there.
Okay.
What do you think, Flebs?
The Nautilus one is not. That's not happening yet.
Not
don't
that
worry.
one.
Oh, okay.
No, you haven't even told anybody about that yet, bud. So we will resolve that. Well, we can do that in a minute if you want, but that I will say that is not happening yet.
Okay, cool. I'll tag along with Amy.
Okay.
I mean Margot.
Margamie. Yeah, I get you.
Margamie.
Okay.
Gamie.
So I think. All right. So let me just check something.
Sorry, my food's here.
That's okay.
I'm so sorry. That's really bad timing.
Okay, so the clock is going to move forward a little bit here. It was about 11 a.m. when all this kicked off, and it's now going to about 2 p.m. The walk is quite long, Margot, as you walk over. Are you taking anyone with you? Like, are you taking, like, Augustus? Are you taking Sheriff Muldoon? Or are you just kind of going over? You've got the pass. You don't need anybody. I'm just curious.
If Sheriff Muldoon wants to come, that'd be fun with Flebs and I.
Okay. Yeah, he's happy to tag along if needed. He's not gonna he's not gonna speak if he's not needed to, but obviously he's just kind of happy to help.
Yeah.
So you're going over to biodome number 2, which is the crypto zoology wing. And are you gonna ask anybody else on the way, or are you happy to go straight there? Just so I know.
No, we'll go. I mean, I'm fine going straight there.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Flebs, cool.
All right. So, yeah, you are met at the door by Gaspar, who gives you a hearty handshake to the both of you and says, it's always good to see interested parties in the biology of our world, of our lovely sturgeon. I wish that your more corporeal friends had come along, but it's never a problem to see ordinary human beings. Lovely to see you again. May I ask what brings you to my little menagerie?
We're here to meet with some of you and hopefully ask some questions about what's been going on.
Yes. Sure, of course, yes. Was there anyone in particular you were looking to meet?
Sorry, could you repeat that?
Was there anyone in particular you were looking to meet?
One that may have seen anything strange happening here lately? I don't know.
You can ask
I'm going
him.
back through notes really quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want to, if you want to roll manipulate someone, I'm not gonna let both of you ever go. If one of you wants to roll and then the other one roll to help out first, that's fine. If you want to decide between you two.
Yeah, I will. Hold on. What are your? I'm trying to remember.
My charm is 2.
Oh, then yeah, you go ahead and go first, and I'll just help out.
Okay. Go ahead and I think you roll first.
Yeah. Sorry, my D20 closed on me. Hang on. There we go.
I like that art, TJ.
Oh yeah. Oh shit. This is
okay. So no help out, unfortunately. Flebs, you get one question. You get one question.
Oh yeah, but I leveled up.
Yeah, this is like your Jurassic Park moment as you walk through, and he says, "Welcome to my magical biodome." But you see, like, it's a very open, planned area. There's lots of large underbrushes. There's creatures you've never seen before, and they're all skitting around. And very few of them want to come near you. But you know, there are things from legend that you recognize, things that are very sort of unsettling to an average eye, but to you two, you're a little bit more used to it. Flebs, you know that there's nothing majorly threatening to you as long as you're with people. Margot, you're probably just a little bit on guard, but because everyone else is kind of around taking notes, you're not finding it too uncomfortable.
Yeah. Okay.
Flebs, yeah, what's your question?
Sorry, I'm chewing.
That's fine. You could have eaten before you came here, but sure.
I know.
Bringing food to the biodome with
Flebs.
lots of monsters is just making you smell better to them.
He had a huge
in
nap
canon.
before
I imagine Flebs just eating like a family-sized bag of chips.
Yeah, I'm just like, and there's like loads of eyes. There's like all these eyes are just staring at him. I'm just like Gaspar's just like, you know, you're just making yourself more appetizing to them.
Yeah,
To be fair, I was eating some Twizzlers while we were fighting the Sasquatch.
You're getting crumbs everywhere. It's all right. You guys have Jericho.
Question to you, sir, is: have you or anyone else that you know of seen anything strange happening lately that could possibly be related to the incident we saw in the research wing?
Well, there's been some strange ongoings, I would admit. It began, a couple of weeks ago now, possibly longer. Dr. Schlengel had put forth a proposal that we, as the main faculty, were to debate upon. It was strange. Dr. Schlengel's always been a passionate individual, but not someone that was ambitious. Strange for a scientist, I admit, but he was happy tinkering away with the budget that was given to him by the municipality. But something changed. And we sat and voted on it.
and I elected a nay. Professor Gunkerson also elected nay. Man wise beyond his years. Professor Wayland said nay. Dr. DeFrance did vote in favor of it, as did Assistant Researcher Tucci. It's very strange. Professor Sparkleton also voted in favor of it, and the dissenting vote went to one of our tenured members of staff who elected nay. And I remember Professor Schlegel being absolutely furious. But nevertheless, it didn't go through. And from there, that was a bit odd. People started to have issues. As you know, there's been other attacks. But Professor Schlegel is not a strong enough man to do such a thing. He would not risk his position. I admit it was bad timing, but unusual.
Is Professor Schlegel the only one that suddenly went through a drastic change recently?
He's not going to answer that because you only got the 8 and you got one question. He says,
Oh, damn it.
Yeah, he says,
people change all the time, Mr. Taylor. It's the nature of things to grow and change. And, well, I'm sorry I couldn't be more help to you, but, you mentioned a meeting. Pray tell, who was having the meeting?
I'm not sure. Margot?
Margot.
Scrolling through the notes real quick.
Her name is Callie. Or Carly, excuse me.
We're here to meet Collie.
Yeah, K-A-L-I, okay.
Oh, that's how it's spelled, guys.
Ah. Interesting. I wonder who she was... Well, if she was due to meet on the bridge at a certain time, what is it, 2 o'clock now, 2:15? Well, we do have a shift changeover. Perhaps someone will turn up then.
And sure enough, like, you can go over there and wait. But it's a bit unusual. I want to wait to make sure Margot's there before I ask you to roll this, because I don't know if they've had to attend to something.
Yeah.
But Flebs, you can certainly do the roll. If you want to give me a just a sharp roll.
Do you want me to do the show?
Oh, you're back. Yes, please. All right,
Sorry.
15. That's okay.
Oh, shit.
All right.
Man, Flebs and the sharp rolls.
Damn, Flebs.
I know that's like your thing, but still.
Yeah.
He done it.
Max
Yeah.
roll.
Flebs.
Max possible.
Yeah. You are standing at this meeting point, and you notice that someone is there already. Like, you're walking over towards it, and they're acting really fucking weird. Like, they're twitching, and it's almost Flebs, like they're glitching. Like they're there, then they're not. And when you look, Gaspar looks and is shocked and says, "Oh my goodness, what the devil is..." I must take some notes. I will go and alert security. I'll go and find Muldoon. He was supposed to be with you. Where the devil is that man? Because he probably didn't follow you farther into the biodome. Don't do anything foolish, please. And he runs off, and sure enough, I'm sure you're both going to do something foolish.
You want to go talk to the
course
crazy
not.
person?
I mean, definitely. Let's go.
Maybe that's Callie or Collie.
Well, no, because Carly's dead.
Oh, he's dead.
That's the
Oh, the
Mhm.
die.
Like
That's
like
what she
not-
wants you to think.
like not only dead, but like really, really dead.
Nah, it's just a psyop. It's just a bit.
Oh.
Okay.
Ollie was the one who was supposed to meet with this person.
Yeah.
So you're gonna go
You
over
say
and
she's
talk
a
to
bit
them?
over half dead.
I see.
Well, Can we?
You did because she got torn in half.
Yeah, I got it. I was gonna ask if that was a Jericho or a Trevin joke.
Fuck, I didn't say it was shit.
Can I investigate a mystery first
Jeez,
before we
oh,
go
yeah.
and do anything
Yeah, sure.
stupid?
Just got it.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, so I leveled up the last one,
Mm-hmm.
and so now we're at like one more into a new level, just so
Everybody's
You're gonna be
leveling up.
unstoppable.
It's
I
insane about
better
leveling
be.
up.
You're scaling.
I'm almost.
Oh, wait.
Damn.
Mm.
Do not say you know what happens.
Margot, Okay. Okay. Can you do me a favor, Margot? Can you do an act under pressure roll, please? So you got a 6 for the audience. You got a 6.
Yeah.
6 in the investigating mystery, complete failure.
There we go. That's
Okay.
something.
What did
Yay.
you get?
A 10.
Okay.
Oh.
So.
All right.
Yay.
Okay. You begin to hear that music, and this time it
Oh.
fills you with so much rage that you get the drop on whatever is about. You immediately identify whatever it is as a threat, and you aren't waiting to find out what it is. You run forward, and it is 3 very small creatures, all like glitching together. These like shadow creatures, and you get the drop on them, Margot. And you've got the spear, but I'm pretty sure you're going to pull out the shotgun for this one. You don't know why you think they're a threat. You don't at this moment in time. You don't. You just sense it, and you get an advantage, and you pull out and fire the shotgun. And you hit each of them. What does it do? The shotgun 3 harm.
3 harm, close range.
You
Yeah.
hit them each for 3 harm.
Nice.
So yeah. You earn it because I have to give you both the. I have to give you the failure had to have a consequence, but then what? But then that 10. Woo.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yay.
And then Flebs, what do you want to do? Who's probably
I'm gonna
eating
pull
right now.
out Frankie Muniz.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. Frankie Muniz from Malcolm in the Middle comes out.
Take a shot.
I think for the sake of our listeners, Flebs, we're gonna call it Frankie for short. Okay.
Okay, Frankie.
Because people are gonna imagine you're actually pulling out the actor Frankie Muniz.
That's what I'm
Frankie
picturing.
Muniz liked a tweet
They
that I made
understand the lore.
once.
Well, that's cool.
Ooh.
Frankie's fine.
Okay.
And it's from Miracle on Lane 2.
Hmm.
Very
All right.
Specific.
Classic. So kick some ass.
Yes, sir.
How many of them are there?
3.
Okay. So I guess how are we gonna keep track?
Don't worry. I got a system for that. You fire it, and I will tell you what happens. Okay, 9. You hit 2 of them, and the bow. This is going for a. It's going to a far right, so this is going to do. I think it's 2 harm. Okay. So hold on.
Sweet.
So tell me how this looks.
I pull the dagger attached to a wooden stick from the quiver.
Mm-hmm.
I draw the string back. I aim. Was this piercing them, or am I firing 2 arrows?
I am. Well, that's up to
Once.
you. You could fire 2 at once, or you could fire them one
Oh,
after the
no,
other really
that's
quickly.
broken. I fired 2 shots.
Okay. Yeah, you lean back on the bow, you wait, and you wait for the glitch to kind of like, it's like got a little bit of a pattern you pick up. You hit one of them in the shoulder, and it glitches and disappears to another part of the map. And then you do the exact same thing with the second one. When you go for the third one, it's already gone.
Okay.
Okay. Hold on a second. I am going to utilize another character sheet that has the same stats, because if I keep making new ones, it's going to take forever.
Yeah.
So we'll go with Bubbles. So yeah, okay, so Tesla, one of them, Tesla is going to go and try and grab you, Margot, and it's going to do a grapple. It's going to try and hold you in place, and shock you. And if it gets you, this is three harm.
Shock you.
Yeah, it's 3 harm.
Named Tesla.
Yes, his name's Tesla.
Okay.
He's gonna shock.
Mm-hmm. I see the irony in my
That's
joke.
funny. That is funny.
Thank you.
We love
thank
that.
you. Thank you.
We
Sorry,
love
I
a smart joke.
maybe
I'm
I should have
assuming
gone
it's
with
battery
Edison. Maybe I should have gone with Edison, but you're the elephant. All right. So this is gonna be
All right.
a kick some ass roll. Okay.
So
So
I
yeah.
did take the 3 harm, or
Hold
or
on. No, not yet. I haven't rolled it yet. Hold on.
Oh, I see. Oh,
See,
okay.
I'm dumb as hell because I was just thinking of the car.
Ooh, yeah. So
Hey,
Tesla,
Tesla walks up.
it glitches behind you, and it grabs you, and you see for the first time what this is. It's an electrified kappa, and a kappa, for anyone who doesn't know, is a legendary Japanese yokai. It is a mixture between a fishman, a turtle, and a bird. It's got a beak mouth, turtle-shaped back, green skin. It's Kappa, and it's got a halo on its head, and it's bionic. And it grabs you, and it screams as it shocks you. And with an 11, it does 3 harm, and you are currently restrained.
Ouch. Okay.
The second one is going to go for you. So that's Edison. And that one's going to go for Flebs. It'd be super great if I stopped opening Messenger in the background. I really need to take that off my taskbar. Okay. Not as good this time. Flebs, so while Tesla is restraining, it's restraining Margot, it was, Edison was going to come over and bite you. And it manages to get a small bite on you, but you get to trade off harm with it. So, you're going to take 2 harm. But you also do harm to Edison. With, what is your close? You still got the, you won't have had a chance to change the
Juju bag and flamethrower.
The flamethrower, okay.
Yeah,
so yeah, you, as this thing bites you, it gets you on, like, the side, but you turn the, you pull down the flamethrower, and you light this fucker up, and you burn it to a crisp, and it goes down.
Nice.
Very
Very good.
And that leaves the third one, which
Gotta name it.
well, that's plasma.
Nice.
Yeah, you trying to catch me out? I fucking see you. You think I'm not slick enough?
No, I was genuinely curious to hear the name.
No, she doesn't think you're slick enough. She doesn't think you're slick enough.
She doesn't think I can cook. All right. This one's
Fight.
We've played enough of these Monster of the Week sessions that I don't think I
Alright.
could.
This one does
shit.
get you flesh. This one is going for a it's actually gonna grab you as well. Yeah, this one grabs you, and it shocks you, and you're gonna take 2 harm on this one.
Okay.
I'm gonna need both of you, if you want to get out of this, to roll Act Under Pressure.
Oh god.
Ooh, Margot.
Oh.
All right.
Go, Margot.
Here's what
Let's go.
happens. Margot, you break free of Tesla's grip, and you stab it through the eye with your rifle spear. And it oh man, I know exactly what happens. And it screeches and goes down. Flebs, your one rifles through your juju bag. It grabs the compendium. It makes monkey screaming sounds, and it disappears.
Again?
Someone just to hold the compendium, bro.
Yeah.
Again?
Well,
We
dude,
need to attach it to like a string.
we
or
need to
something.
put bells on Flebs. Plasma takes it and it's gone. Because it looks like that was waiting for perhaps a trade-off or something, you don't know, but you are pretty hurt, my friend. That is unfortunate. That is very unfortunate. Let's switch the music
My
here.
strongest asset.
Again.
Well, and your eye doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, that really thickens the plot.
Well,
DJ.
Flebs, you pass out from the pain.
Damn it.
Oh, he's asleep again.
Well, no, this is temporary, but as this thing lets you down, Flebs, it obviously it was constricting you with, wraparound cybernetic arms. As it lets you go, the blood flow plus the shocking, just you are out for a minute, and again you're in front of Nautilus, who is now wearing the skull makeup, who is just kneeling in front of you, and you're like in that level of sleep where it's really hard to move, and he says, "Have you decided what you want to do yet, brother mine?"
I guess I'll come meet you.
Wonderful. Midnight on the Golgothan Bridge, just outside of the Institute. Come alone and come unarmed. Do that, and you will leave the way you came. Unharmed.
Alright.
I look forward to the reunion, brother.
Me too, brother.
You are way too nice to Nautilus, dude. What the hell?
At least my brother.
And do you want to kill him?
Fair enough.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, let's be polite. Though.
So, yeah, let's
Forget our manners.
let's say that these two scenes happen. You guys have apparated back in you know what? Did you go to the security office? Where did you go, Callista? Let me quickly establish that before I say it. Where did you warp to?
Yeah, probably the security station.
Okay, so you went back
Since
to
that's
where?
the
Okay,
place.
okay.
Because she hasn't been too many places yet. She can only go to somewhere she's been before, and I don't think she would want to go back to the crime scene. So
Okay. You go back there, and Muldoon brings through a very, very tired and damaged Flebs and Margot, and you all do a little bit of healing, and the clock moves forward.
How much harm do we take off?
All of you can take off 3 harm.
Okay.
About 6 hours goes past. And yeah, you've all
that's
been
not good.
you've all been recovering and eating something, bathroom breaks, all of that, and
Should I tell the group about Nautilus?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to have a
yeah,
conversation
man.
before we move the plot forward, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. So when I was trying to use my eye in that room, Nautilus contacted me and invited me to go alone, unarmed, to the Golgotha Bridge.
Golgotha.
Golgotha Bridge. At midnight?
Mm-hmm.
At midnight. And he said he would give me my eye powers back. So I've decided I'm going to go. Wish me luck. I know that he'll know if I'm followed by you guys, so hopefully I will return. But I need my eye. And I need my book. But I don't think we'll get the book.
I'm sorry, what happened to the book?
It was taken from my juju bag.
Again?
This Cybertronic thing came up and grabbed Margot and I. 3 of them came. And I tried to get away, and it had me. It ran through my juju bag and took the compendium. Flebs' head is hanging in shame.
But, Flebs, Nautilus is a master manipulator. If you go alone and none of us follow you, how are we going to know where you are if you don't come back? Or how can we help you if he attacks you? What if he brings you with him to the gravediggers? There's so many things that could go wrong there, and if we're not with you, we can't stop any of it.
It's true. You guys did go through the portal.
Yeah, not,
I don't
Yeah,
think she's
but-
trying to compare here.
Yes, but,
it's not
but
competition.
Yeah.
we went together. We didn't go alone. That's
So, what do
That's
you
what-
guys think? Should I just blow him off and do without my eye? Maybe he's got something for me.
I
I feel like we're running out of time.
We are, because when we were
that's
through the
true.
portal, we overheard some people say something about having it ready by dawn. So I'm more focusing on the kind of
Project Indigo Black.
Project Indigo Black. Thank you. So now I'm worried about the already tight time constraint we kind of had here, and now I have you, a valued member of our team, kind of fucking off around midnight. So
Not to
know.
mention,
I don't know when you're gonna be back, or
Jericho, you've got magic sensing, so we can do without my eye. If you guys want me to stay, I'll stay.
I
I'll
mean,
finish up to you. I'm kind of just mentally evaluating our choices here.
Well, Babylon's still in this room, and he kind of rubs his head and says,
Well, Jericho Branch, it seems that I might owe you a favor. So I don't mind cloaking myself and staying near this individual. We have our own scholar. Their name is Spell, and they're really intelligent but socially a little bit strange. But we have our own, and I understand. I can be near for this and let you know if something goes wrong.
Nautilus be able to detect that?
Fuck
I'm sorry,
if I know.
I was stupefied. I forgot he was still here.
Yeah. Hey.
Wow, Jericho Branch, you learn I'm one of the fractals, and this is your response?
yes, that also, Callista looks at Margot and Flebs and is like, that also was an important thing that happened.
Oh yes, he is also a fractal.
Oh.
He's the
We discovered-
Stormcaller, I'm
noted.
Brimstone.
We discovered quite a bit while we went through that portal.
That is a great idea. We're gonna put that on the back burner for now, bud. We don't know if we do not know if it's the whole kind of knowing us situation, or if it's just Nautilus being able to just know if someone will be around. It isn't bad. It just could get Flebs killed, and we're not, and I'm trying to avoid that. But going to get Flebs killed, so it's not off the table.
What are our other options right now? Do we have any other leads that we can investigate?
Well, not to complicate things any further, but when we were listening to whoever was speaking, they also mentioned the farmers and the chameleons, and I don't know too much about either of those factions, but I do believe we've heard of them before.
Yeah, from in the God's titles.
Right. It seems that they're also involved in this as well, and I'm not really sure what that means for us, but it's something else that we need to take into consideration.
I know this is still a bad idea, but Nautilus did say that he would let me come back.
Flebs. Dear sweet Flebs.
Nautilus has said a lot of things, and
Your brother lies.
Right. Your brother seems like he's full of shit, Flebs.
And the last time we saw him, he brought our dead loved ones back and made them fight us. So I'm not particularly finding him very trustworthy at the moment.
Very true.
Did he say what else he wants to discuss with you, if anything?
He wants to talk about my mom. And also give you my eye powers back.
Is there any way that you can go and have someone there and Nautilus won't notice? Can we?
Well, that is technically what Babylon, I think, offered, but I would be worried that
What about
Nautilus
within
would be
yelling
able to.
range?
Yeah, there needs to be some sort of escape route if you end up doing this.
Also, not that I care that much about Babylon. Not that I don't care about Babylon, looking at Babylon. I would hate the idea that if anything went bad, that the Gravediggers might have a fractal if the whole following him didn't work.
You have to understand, Flebs. I mean, at least on my behalf, I don't want to take your ability away from you or to stop you from getting it back. I think it is important to us, but mainly to you. It's just that I'm worried about what would happen if Nautilus catches any of us off guard or tries to take you with him, or worse yet, just simply kills you without letting you retaliate against him. And again, as we've discussed already, Nautilus is not a very trustworthy person, so he may have promised to bring you back unharmed, but how do we know if that's the truth?
That's true.
If you really want to do this, I mean, I don't think any of us would really stop you, but I do think there needs to be some sort of way out of it for you if something goes wrong.
Does anyone here have teleportation magic?
Well,
Jericho?
I have my wings,
I guess
suppose.
like 2, 3, we count. 2 of us nightmare detectives do. 1 member of the dream team does. Or should.
Can you cast a this is a stretch. Can you cast a delayed teleport spell that goes off after like 5 minutes and just pops me back right here? I think we need TJ's approval for that.
Only if you get the right roll for it. This is also assuming that you'll be able to do it while you're investigating whatever's going on at campus. That's a lot of moving parts. So Trevin, if you want to do some big magic, but you would need to roll perfectly. Otherwise, it will work, but it will be but it will be glitchy, right?
Okay.
Or you could enchant an item that he could just use.
Either way, it's going to need a 10. If it doesn't, let's say you get a 7 to 9, I'll let it happen, but I will decide when it works.
That's fair.
Okay.
Any items available for that?
That's up to you guys.
I mean, be up to you. I recommend something kind of
reach into
small.
Oh. Sorry. I had an idea, but I don't know if this would work.
Go on.
Could I give him my coin that would summon Ramel? Like, would that work if he tried to use it, or is that only if I do it?
You could give him the coin for Ramel, but you would need to ask you'd need to bring in Ramel now, tell him what you need. He will tell you if he can do it, because it'll be based on an agreement, because you have an agreement with him. So I think that's very smart.
Okay. Well. Okay, Callista. Callista's like thinking while you guys are talking about the teleportation, and then she says, I technically do have an ally I could call upon, though I don't know if this is the kind of situation he would be willing to help with. But if you'll give me a moment to try to speak with him, I could ask.
Sure. Wouldn't hurt to ask.
Okay.
Yeah, so you use the coin. There's a blinding light, and sure enough, the winged spectral vision of Ramel comes into play, and he does the Terminator kind of entrance where he's down on one knee, he gets up and looks around, and there's so many people, and he's just like, "Oh, good, lots of you. Hello, sister. Hello, Mr. Branch. Everyone's doing an introduction. Okay. Hello, hello, everybody." And then, you just hear,
hello, we have one of you.
Yes, I'm aware. Could you shut the fuck up, Babylon? I don't have time for you right now. Sister, sister, it is late. What do you need of me?
Sorry, I'm also trying to find the picture of him, because I do have a picture of him now. Callista, kind of straightens up and, looks him dead on, and is just like, I would like to request your help with something that we're working on. A member of our party is going to go off on his own to meet with someone, his brother, potentially dangerous. Yeah, but I was thinking he wouldn't have to be on his own if you were willing to
I
help.
were to put myself in danger, yeah. Is this for the spectacled one with the cat?
Yes.
It is.
You are lucky I like cats. My sister...
My name's Julia.
It's nice to meet you, Julia. And Julia, yawns and meows back, and Ramel nods and says, Yes, Yes, I agree. He is foolish. But fluffy? Yes, sure. While I like cats, my sister likes birds. We all have our enjoyments. Very well, sister. What do you offer in return?
Well, what could I have that you would want?
I want you to come home for a little bit when this is done. And to try and make amends.
Amends? I feel like if there were anyone who was going to make amends, it would be Michael and everyone who decided to cast me out in the first place.
Callista, I'm going to show you something, and this may slightly embarrass you. However, in order for me to do this, I feel it is necessary. And he claps his hands together, and then from the palms pulls out like a small spectral window. And through it are two very old looking angels. And when they see, when they look through,
I just realized what this is.
when they look through, Ramel sees them, and says, "Hello, Uriel, Haniel, can you see me?" And they say, "Yes, we can see you. Ramel, you've grown. What, is there a reason? The shows are about to start. Jeopardy's on. I don't particularly want to miss it. It's a good episode." Yes, Uriel, I'm sorry, but I have Callista here for you. And they they light up, and, "Oh, you've got Callie? They've got Callie, oh, but oh my, put the camera on." And he turns the camera, and Hanael pushes Uriel out of the way. "Oh my goodness! She's grown! Look at the hair! Oh, does she still love birds? Does she still speak in that almost robotic cadence? Oh, it's so cute. Oh,
technically my vessel is the same.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. It was technically my vessel. She's always been like that. Never been expressive. You know, it's a problem with the soldier angels. They're not very good at being themselves. It's Uriel, you know what I'm talking about. Yes, I mean it's always been an issue. We try to educate them, but they just keep forgetting about us. When was the last time you visited, Callista?
I mean, I've been cast out of heaven for several decades now, so...
Oh, so several decades to a fallen is 10 minutes. Do you still sleep with your blankie?
Oh, God.
Hmm?
Oh, you haven't told them? Well, when Callista was much younger, she had trouble sleeping without two things: a music box and a special ornate blanket made by Michael. Oh, she slept through.
Aww.
It was the cutest thing you've ever seen. And when the blanket got all dirty and full of drool, well, Hanael made it into, get this, a bird stuffy.
Oh my God.
You remember, Callie?
That's adorable.
We don't even need to sleep in heaven.
And yet
Wow.
you chose to sleep, Callista. You were always
No.
such a bit of a slouch. She always had a little bit extra laziness in her. I think she stayed awake too late.
I got injured in battle so much. How else was I supposed to regenerate?
I'm guessing that the whole crew is just staring in awe at this moment.
Just taking it all in.
Callista's cheeks are so red.
They
this
have,
is the first time she's ever been blushing this much.
They have so Ramel is like smirking. He says, "Oh, and before I let you go, don't you have that audio file of little Callista, Uriel?"
Man, this is embarrassing.
And
I've never thought I'd be actually happy that I killed my parents when I was young.
Oh my
God.
goodness! Do you want to hear little
Jericho.
Callista?
You're
Do you want to hear
on
baby
monster.
Callista?
They're not my parents. That sucks.
And they play the audio clip, and that means I get to ask Luce for a clean take of little Callista, just talking into an unusual device.
Oh god.
It's basically nap time for Callista, but Callista doesn't want to sleep.
I don't want to go to bed.
Now, Callista, all good angels must sleep. Otherwise, how can you defend against the devils?
I will defend against the devils.
Yes, you will. But only if you take Mr. Bird and you get some rest.
Little Callista like jumps up on the bed and has like a blade and is just like swiping it in the air, like pretending to fight the devils.
That's
Can we do a mini mid-journey of little Callista?
We do. We have it. And the clip ends, and Ramel smirks and says, "That's our little Callista. Well, Uriel, Haniel, Callista will be visiting you soon. Isn't that wonderful?" And they start like screaming and going on, and he just goes, "Okay, enough," and pulls the bubble stop and says, "Sister, I realize that was embarrassing for you, but understand that we don't have very many pleasures. That was one of the few of them."
Yes, I am sure that was very fun for you.
Immensely.
He's an angel.
Yeah, very angelic.
Very much. Callista is the outlier among us, as you may have seen.
You understand angels can be quite petty when they want to be. It's one of their many talents.
Oh, and we
Imagine if that came up while we were fucking being televised in the hotel.
Wouldn't that have been
could have
something?
been worse.
It could have been a lot worse, Callista. Listen to your friends, to your pals.
I need to clarify, I'm not on your side.
Flebs is like, "Hey, Callista, sorry, I didn't realize that was gonna happen, but I appreciate you asking Ramel for help. And no judgments."
It's fine.
Oh, she's
well-
going to kill you, Flebs. Rest assured, she is going... If you survive this, it's only one threat you must deal with.
Callista's gonna kill me?
The
Bold of you
embarrassment.
to assume that I would go after him and not you.
Well, you would have to be let in first, wouldn't you, sister? Very
All right.
well.
Supposed to kill me?
You've made your point, and now I am essentially committed to going to heaven in the first place, so fine. Yes, I will go for a little bit and I guess make amends with someone. Are you able to stick with Flebs on this or not?
Oh, I think I can do that. And Flebs, I was merely jesting. I just meant that, that with Callista being the queen, king, emperor of pettiness, that perhaps it would spill over into killing you since she can't kill me. But clearly...
You're one to talk, Ramel.
Oh, I know. Clearly my sister has grown up more than I have, and we are very proud of her for it. Our little demon slayer.
I would like to
Thanks
be
for your
done with
help.
this now.
Yeah, let's get this over with.
Very well.
Ooh, yeah.
Flebs, I will be there when you need me. Simply call my name, and I will help.
Ramel.
Don't do it now.
See,
Sorry.
see you soon, sister.
I suppose so.
And he dissipates as someone kicks in the door. It is a very, very flustered member of the faculty who looks around at all of you.
Sorry,
one more time.
It is
One
a very
more?
flustered member of the faculty. It's Dr. DeFranz. And August Tucci, who looks around and says,
All right, I'm glad you're awake. We have a bit of a situation. Not good, not great. Not a lot of time to explain it either. So I am going to have to do that on the way. Please get your things and follow me.
Wonderful.
What time is it, TJ?
in game, I think I said 6 hours. It's actually probably closer to. So it was about 2 p.m. when that shit went down. I'm gonna say it's.
So it's 10.
No. It's
God.
no. It's probably a bit earlier than that. I'm gonna be fair. It's probably about 8:30 p.m. So sun is beginning to set.
Okay.
Because it's the end of summer right now.
Okay.
So you are walking across the campus, and Dr. DeFranz is handing you a bunch of papers. And he is basically sweating as August looks very preoccupied entering all this data, and he's scanning all of you. And he says, "Okay, we do not have a lot of time, and you all needed to recover. So how about I skip over some of the issues that normally would be in the place, and I just tell you what's going on. I run the Sturgeon Disaster Unit, and that is responsible for safeguarding against the threats that may pervade across our beautiful community. The way that we have elected to, shall we say, safeguard against that has been to assign different levels of threats to each of the potential problems that could arise within Sturgeon. I believe the nerdy term, according to August, is power scaling." He starts handing out these pamphlets which basically have like power levels on them, explaining how they determine all these different levels of threats, I suppose. And that's something we're going to go through in a minute. But as he's explaining things, he says, there's been another murder. And this time it has been claimed. There is a group within Sturgeon known as the NLF, the Nightmare Liberation Front. They believe that we are keeping nightmares locked up in little cages, torturing them, experimenting on them, doing everything against the code of conduct set up by the Sturgeon the Sturgeon law, and looking to free them. They decided to
I was hearing that Jericho's kind of side eyes Callista.
Yeah, we both exchange a glance.
Yeah. And has decided to take that out on one of our faculty members. In addition to that, we also haven't seen two of them since the sunset began to occur roughly an hour and a half ago, and obviously there was the incidents that you all sustained. So things are kind of not going super great right now. And you all are walking to the large central chamber, where I suppose you would kind of call it like it's basically like a more it's a more refined version of the debate parlor you're in, and you recognize the title on the front. It is the Ethics Building. And Dr. DeFranz sends you in and says, "You are going to need to plead your case because there's a lot of suspicion around you since, Well, you were one of the last people to see him alive. On these papers...
Us.
Yes. On these papers, and I will copy and paste this into the character info afterwards. It says, the Sturgeon Disaster Unit, as approved by the Attorney General Augustus E. Blackwell. The following designations are set out by the Attorney General and the Sturgeon Disaster Council. Each tier has within itself a low, mid, and high subcategory to them, but for the sake of brevity, we will only be outlining the baseline tiers. So from bottom to top, it's Avalanche, weakest. Any potential threat that could cause localized damage and destruction can be handled with standard contingency responses. Volcanic, a power that has the ability to level an entire city and leave countless dead in its wake. Caution is advised when approaching. Deluge, mid-level. A threat to life in a great radius with the capability for untold damage. If detected, immediate response is issued with a high-level counterattack. Cyclone, a major threat to multiple areas and the potential to destabilize an entire nation. All resources and available countermeasures must be thrown to ensure its cessation. Nuclear high. A force so overwhelmingly powerful and destructive that we would be largely powerless to stop it. Only by using the multiple Typhoon threat level fighters can we hope to withstand even one or two of these. And there's a redacted area, which you would need to make a roll for if any of you want to see what it actually says. And you could do that anytime. You do not need to do that now, but if anyone wants to do that before we move on, I'm going to do that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So all of you need to give me a... what would that be? Magic? Would it be magic to pass it? Would it be a sharp roll?
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I clicked disable.
No, that's okay. We won't count that roll.
And it rolled for me anyways.
Okay. All right, so you got a 14, Flebs. All right, now you know what? We'll go with it. We'll go with it. So, Flebs, on the 14, it says Beyond Tiers. Omega. The highest conceivable tier on the disaster scale is put forth by the advisory board. It is considered a secret or hidden tier so as not to incite mass panic. If an Omega threat is seen, contingent anti-Kythera will be activated. There have only been 7 instances of Omega threats in Sturgeon's 3,500-year history. An example of an Omega threat would be a super or hypernova explosion, possibly creating a black hole. And beyond that is Boundless, a strictly hypothetical tier posited by Sturgeon disaster leader Dr. DeFrance. This is a threat beyond current measurements and conceivable parameters, hence the term Boundless. Dr. DeFrance postulates that there have only ever been 3 in existence, and if another would show up, we would have no means of defense. An example of Boundless level calamity would be comparable to the Big Bang itself. And you've all been scanned while this has been going on, and I don't think it takes a genius to figure out they're looking to see what your tier levels are. And we've got one more scene and we're done for this session. But if all of you would like to know, give me actually, you know what? I think he'd probably just tell you thinking about it. I'll tell you what, how about this? If you all guess right, and I'm going to copy and paste this, but if you guess within a certain, like you could say, you know, and I'll break it down a little bit simpler, but I will give you an experience point.
Ooh.
Okay.
So I'm going to put this in the chat real quick.
I'm excited.
And I want you to really think about this, gang. Okay. There you go. Okay. So while you're looking at it, take a minute for me. So I'm gonna keep moving the plot forward. Y'all go into this into the debate parlor, and you see Professor Wayland, Professor Gunkerson, and one of the other faculty members are really hastily talking with each other as you all walk in. I'm just going to change the scenery before my mic cuts out again. It's been fun today.
Fun is the word.
Spicy.
Spicy.
Oh man, I have no idea what tier I am.
Yeah, me neither.
I want you to really
I'm kind of.
Normal self?
I'm like, damn, we're on any one of these.
You might be. Well, we've got this scene to play out, so you're about to have a fun conversation with it.
Okay.
Oh, I've seen these before.
Of course you have.
I forgot about this.
It's from season 2.
I think we were talking about which one Wendy would be.
We were. So if that helps, I'll give you an example of where Wendy would be. Wendy's human form is probably a deluge, like a mid-deluge. Wendy, when in the monstrous form, goes up to a nuclear. Wendy is because Wendy is almost if Wendy was unhinged, had no human inhibitions and was just looking to destroy things, Wendy becomes an upper tier, near max level monster that, you know, basically is immortal, and was functionally immortal and is incredibly durable.
And we fought her.
You did. So this is where you come into. And as you're all coming in, I need Jericho and Jimmy to make act under pressure rolls, please. Oh, Jimmy. Oh, bud.
Yes.
Oh,
Did you love
Jimmy,
it?
it is
Time to
not your
level up,
day,
though.
man.
All right. So, Jimmy,
Need one more.
Jimmy, you feel
I need one more too.
you feel a set of manacles attaching to your wrists and your neck and your ankles, and you are hoisted off the ground before you can even fight back. And you are raised up to a platform and strapped to it. Jericho, they try to do it to you, and instinctively your Stormcaller powers just melt it. I should have mentioned, by the way, Babylon. Is Babylon
I was
with
gonna ask
you?
about him.
Babylon would be with you. Let me make a roll. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. No, that's only fair.
Honestly,
I'm still really stressed about
I'm gonna put my money on.
I have a
let's take
guess.
a bet.
I have a guess.
Put my money on Morton.
I was thinking, well, I don't know. He's kind of a major character. I was gonna say Rosencrantz, but
What are you
He's
taking a bet
kind
on?
of a... What?
What are you taking a bet on?
Oh, we're trying to figure out
who
who died.
Oh, okay. Babylon, he has a collar put around him, and it is fucking him up, and then he melts it, but it is rapidly draining his mana, his energy, but he's able to melt it and get away, and he goes next to you, Jericho, but there is something in that collar has really fucked him up.
Oh, poor man's.
Yeah. Okay. So, let me switch this music up. You come in and the lights go down, and does anyone want to take a guess at who has just tried to shackle you? And I'll give an experience point to whoever gets it right.
Oh.
It's what's her name?
Wayland?
Yeah, the bitch.
I was gonna say Schlangle.
I was gonna say Wayland.
Okay. That's
I'm a
one
Wayland.
Schlangle, Wayland. Jimmy?
How about Waylon as well?
Okay.
Schlangle.
Schlangle.
Watch it be
Can
Gunkerson.
I change my vote?
Yeah, you can change your vote. It's not
Plot
Gunkerson.
twist.
It's not Gunkerson.
God damn it. Okay,
Yeah,
I'll keep my vote.
No,
Why
no,
would it be
I was kidding,
Gunkerson?
I was kidding. I think it's Schlangle.
You're all wrong. You all go in,
Oh, shit.
and as Dr. DeFrance finishes, he says, I don't enjoy doing this, but I run the Sturgeon Disaster Unit, and I am looking at walking threats. He walks up to the center pulpit, And he is not happy. Like, he really is not enjoying this. He's not joking. And he looks and says, but I've seen what you people can do, what you've done here. And now we have missing faculty members. We have a cryptid compendium that has gone missing with untold amounts of information in it. And he looks at you.
Hey, we're gonna get that back.
He looks at you, Flebs, and says, how could you let this happen?
You guys got security cameras? You can watch, see exactly what happened.
I don't need... Well, I've seen it, but I didn't need to. It is your responsibility to keep that. You let it fall into enemy hands.
Yeah.
But it's that one. And that one. And he points to Jimmy and to Jericho. And actually points to Babylon as well and says, it's those ones that frighten me. If we were to look at your team, we have an angel that has fallen from heaven, unkillable, the ability to cut through light, to transport en masse without any kind of logic behind it, who is in servitude to the specter of death. Next to her, we have an individual with all the information my team, my faculty, has spent the last 200 years scraping just to get a glimpse of. Next to him, we have a woman who is on a mission to enact revenge, a woman with magical guns, with armor that seems to deflect spells, that seems to just never stop. I've seen footage of this woman taking bullets to the sternum and carrying on. Next to her, we have a human-Sasquatch hybrid, a species that is not around anymore, might I add. Unkillable, immortal, with gauntlets and claws. And then, we have these two. Fractals.
Hi.
You're walking around with fractals. Do you even know what they're capable of when they're unhinged? This...
Objection? Relevance?
The relevance, Mr. Branch, is that while you're on our side now, you may not be forever. And he plays an audio clip. And it is Nautilus asking Flebs to go to the bridge. And Flebs agreeing. And you all making a plan to let him go. And
yes.
It's a pretty good plan.
He just shakes his head at you. Because he knows Nautilus. He obviously, again, what you did was tell us. He knows who Nautilus is, what Nautilus does. He turns to Wayland, Professor Wayland, who is fixated on Jimmy, and says, your kind have always fascinated me. I'm going to enjoy picking your brain and seeing what I can learn. Now you're undressed. And then then the lights go out. And we hear a voice come over the intercom. And it says, well, now that the pieces have all gathered in place, it is time for the experiment to begin. And Dr. DeFranz is spinning round, freaking the fuck out. As the doors seal and an entrance area underneath the debate chamber opens up. And a video pops up. And it is Dr. Schlengel, Professor Dr. Schlengel, who is looking a little bit different to the way he used to. He looks very... I don't know what the word would be right now, but possessed is probably the best one I could find. And he says, thank you, Dr. Zefranz, for following procedures, doing exactly what we told you to do, for allowing the Nightmare detectives to come in and investigate the murder of Kali, regrettable as it may be, for listening to Morton, for going to Gaspar, for meeting our monkeys, for letting us take the Cryptic Compendium, for just being such good little puppets. And now we go from the first phase to the second. And I would like you to meet an old friend. Also, I should mention, and you see a creature begin to crawl out from the center of the debate parlor, and it is pulling at Dr. DeFrance, and it is dragging him underneath the table where these stairs are, and you hear some horrible splitting sounds as a hairy arm comes out with claws, and then another arm comes out with the gun. It is the Leshy, but in the time since you fought it, just a few hours, it is now melded with the Sasquatch. And it is a horrifying sight. It is now bigger, it is musclier, and those weapons look nasty. And he says, I should mention this is Mark II. We're not quite at the final stages yet. We need more parts. And he clicks his fingers, and the other monkey comes back in, which I believe is Plasma. And he says, well, let the testing begin. Detectives, I want to thank all of our patrons. First up, the Sturgeonite Faithfuls, Haley Clark, Larry W, Foe, Perdell 12, and Sabrina. Our Purple Crayon Eaters, Feeny Von Karma, Marianne Peck, and Max. Our janitors, Amy Shan, Alex Nunez, Arkham Cookie, and Ethan Nelson. Our Nightmare Detective, Adrian Rodriguez. Our Void Walker, Evan Diaz. And of course, our Blackwell family member, Papa Kayo Blackwell. As I always say, thank you all so much for giving up your hard-earned time and money to Dusklight Radio, to the Nightmare Detectives, to what we're doing here. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, we'll be looking to do a Discord server so that we can better connect everybody and better put those benefits to good use. And I really hope you will have a wonderful rest of your week. And I'll see you again when the sun sets and dusk enters the station.